Okay, let's see. Oh, I break it? I think I broke it. That even in there? No. No. Huh. Interesting. Auto find and activate. Okay, let's see. Refresh. Hey, there we go. What? What are you talking about? It's right there. Let's see. Let's see. You. Channel. Old. Pause. Uh-oh, broke it. What else? What else is that? Oh, there it is. Bam, there we go. Okay, where am I at? Auto find and activate. What are you talking about? There we go. Does that work? I think so. What up, Space Cowboy? Getting old. I am old, dude. I'm telling everybody they should. Freaking life is awesome when you get old. You gotta make sure you take your B12. Yeah. How you doing, my brethren? What you doing, Space Cow? What you doing, Space Cow? Oh, you know what? Does work? Will this work? Hey, it does work. All right, let me check my audio. B12's for wussies. Okay. All right, let's see what you got going on. Huh? This one? What? Hold on. There's ads on my videos? Did you see an ad when you clicked on my video? I thought I'd shut that off. Maybe yesterday's crash or update whacked it out. Oh, no, dude. Uh-oh.
Boy, the Babysitter 9000. Because while you're playing this thing, I'm fucking your mother. Most of you refer to this as an Xbox. Dude. But what I like to call this bad boy...
Rude. You only get them on the computer, not on the phone. I don't even know. Let me see if I have an option for that. I don't think it... Huh. Weird. Do you get them for other... Do you get them for other streamers? Do you get them for Big Drippy? Big Drippy? Right. Because he's monetized, I think. Big Drippy. Yeah, I don't recall. Yeah. That's odd for you. I guess we're just used to seeing them. Is it bad if I can't find my pigeon?
Ball joints and everything, real good, up, down, lower. On this side, your ball joints are good, up, down. Your pigeon's in good shape. Ball joints and everything, real good, up, down, lower. On this side, your ball joints are good, up, down. Your pigeon's in good shape.
That's
ball
crazy.
Joints and everything.
That's crazy. Beer ball joint. You know, that's an add-on. My ball joints can fly. I have pigeon-assisted steering. Pigeon-assisted steering. Let's see what happens if we search for that. Pigeon-assisted steering. Oh, it is a thing. We looked at this already. There is pigeon-assisted steering. You remember? I think you sent it. It was pigeons that were in a missile, and they pointed at the screen to if they saw the boat that there was the missile was supposed to hit, and they would steer the missile. Yeah, wow, pigeon-assisted steering.
This pigeon is launching a missile. During World War II, missile guidance was awful, which led American scientists to ask a very serious question. What's better than a computer from 1943? A pigeon. So instead of fixing the electronics, they decided to put a pigeon in the missile's nose. This actually happened. The pigeon was trained to recognize a target like a ship, and that image was projected onto...
This is probably why touch screen, and this was in the 40s. Touch screen in the 40s.
To a screen inside
what up, Christian?
the missile.
Why are
As
the Cowboys
missile
called
flew,
Cowboys? Even
if the target drifted off center, the pigeon pecked at it.
question.
Peck left, missile turns left. Peck right, it turns right. But why pigeons? Why not? You see, they have incredible vision and ridiculously fast visual processing. They're also very easy to train with food. So am I. But despite how well the system worked, scientists eventually came to their senses and realized the problem. They probably shouldn't trust an entire missile to a single bird. So they upgraded the system with 3 pigeons.
They did. That's actually true. She was. I saw her logged in to the server. I think it was last night. I'm lacking girly attention. That's because you're girly. Pigeon missile steering. Not engine, pigeon. Oh, I can't spell pigeon right either.
Project Pigeon was an attempt to create pigeon-guided missiles during World War II headed by the American behavioralist B.F. Skinner using operant conditioning. The pigeons were put into compartments and trained to recognize and peck designated targets on a screen in front of them for treats. The pecks would alter the missile's course, thus directing it towards the target, such as a warship. Initial skepticism led to a tiny $25,000 budget, but Skinner proved in tests that it worked, even with a rapid pace and warlike noises as environmental variables. However, Skinner was unable to get the project to be taken seriously, and on October the 8th of 1944, the project was cancelled because the U.S. military sought different avenues and believed Project Pigeon would delay them.
Cool. I want to see a better video about it. It's all the same video. I remember seeing one with like a much better representation of the screen that they touched. Anyway, whatever. Pigeon missiles.
During World War II, the US military tried to build a missile guided by pigeons. Yes, real birds controlling bombs. In 1943, behaviorist Burhas...
Yeah, it's the same freaking script. Crazy. Hey, we're going to take over the world. We're going to take over AI. I can't wait till the human... They probably already are injecting all kinds of freaking wackadoo into the data sets. It's going to happen. It's going to freaking happen. Where am I at? Bam, 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 bam. Oh, well, that's me. Okay, let's see. You should look if you're lacking girly attention. You should look at my profile picture. I mean, my profile picture, my thumbnail. Huh, that's so weird. I wonder why it's so blurry. Is this being downscaled or something? Settings. I'm probably gonna break everything. Output. Audio bitrate, video bitrate, encoder. Video. Yeah, 1920 by 1080. Okay. Guess I can't tell. Guess I don't know what's going All right, let's see. Let me add this one while I'm at it. Let me add the talk thing. Wait, what? That don't make no sense. I thought I was already connected. Interesting. Interesting. OBS chat to speech. TTS. Squawk. Ensure the browser source configured to monitor and output. Interesting. Text. I'm trying to set up the text to speech. What's up, brother? I was looking at. I'll show you what I was looking at. It's for OBS text to speech. I used to use the speech chat website, but now that I'm monetized, I don't want to give a wackadoodle website because you have to log in your Google credentials. You have to log in your Google credentials to use the text to speech or the chat to speech, text to speech. So there's OBS plugins that'll do the same thing. So I was figuring I'd just do that, but I already use another plugin to aggregate my Twitch chat and my YouTube chat, and I guess I just probably have to write a script to make it work. Interesting. It's interesting. All right, let's see. What did I miss? I did something wrong here. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Oops, that's where it was. What up, Wario, brother? Does this work? Yeah, it'll work. All right. Okay, let's see what we can find you guys to watch. See if I can get this working. I think I got to reboot or reinstall. Just get older. All right, cool. Let's see. Back. What is today? Wednesday, right? Probably should have started at 5 minutes. All right, I'm here. Discord. All right. That's because this is how we're doing it, baby. Okay. Pigeon steering missiles. I'm tired of the freaking AI crap. That's it. I'm ready to start an army. Hysteris is by AI too.
During World War II, the U.S. developed a smart missile. The pilot wasn't human or a computer. It was a pigeon. Psychologist B.F. Skinner actually trained to peck at enemy ships on a screen inside the bomb's nose. The crazy part? It worked perfectly in tests, but the military thought it was too insane and cancelled Project Pigeon. Would you trust a missile guided by...
No, absolutely not. I wouldn't just trust a freaking missile with a pigeon or a freaking AI. Crazy. I tell you what's going to be interesting. I'm back. Why isn't animatronic puppet how you could do it? That's what I'm saying. It was good, short, but good. I'm back. Yeah, animatronic. Yeah, absolutely. That's the problem. Dang. They were like, how can we already have a human controlling the puppet pigeon. Why are we going to put that in? So that basically, 1944 is when they started using drones, but they were controlled by pigeons. Right. And now it's what? Almost 100 years later, 82 years later. And it's just the same. It's somebody else controlling a missile. They just keep recycling the same old stuff. All right, what else we got? What else we got, people? Oh, you know what I wanted to see? Actually, by the way, I wanted to go, That's good. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the pigeon? I did. I've heard of the pigeon. All right, I have. All right, let's see. I'm going to see what's his name. What's the guy's name? It does Zach D Films. Zach Bryant. All right, let's see what he's got new. I'm a genius. Wow. Okay, I guess they changed the layout structure. Let's see. All right, let's just start here. The teen who fought the Nazis. There we go.
Slapped the old woman as they stole the family cows, while her granddaughter watched the whole thing angrily, vowing to fight against them. She learned how to use grenades and helped blow up factories and supply stations, killing German troops. And at 16, she went undercover and got a job in a German army kitchen, secretly slipping poison into their food. And when they suspected her, she even ate the same meal to prove that she was innocent. Now, she fooled the soldiers long enough to believe her, but the poison was strong and made her violently sick, and she barely survived. But German soldiers eventually caught her, and while they were questioning her, she grabbed an officer's pistol, shooting him and 2 more soldiers before the gun jammed. She was tortured, then executed at just 17, but her bravery made her a national hero. He slapped the old...
That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
If you scoop up a jar full of muddy water and shake it, it'll turn cloudy right away. But if you set it down and leave it alone, the dirt will slowly sink. And as the minutes pass, the water will become clear again. Now, when we're overwhelmed, forcing ourselves to fix it only stirs things up. Adding more thoughts and ruminating makes the water darker. But if you pause, breathe, and give yourself some space, your thoughts will eventually settle, your heartbeat will slow, and your mind will become clear again.
That's right.
If you scoop...
That's right.
He fixed the small explosive to the vending machine and ran for the car. You see, he and his friends were trying to blow it open to steal the money inside, but the blast tore through the machine before he could shut the car door. A piece of steel shot out from the explosion and struck him in the head. His friends shoved him into the passenger seat and sped toward the hospital, but it was too late. And they told doctors he had just fallen downstairs. The police found the vending machine blown to pieces. His friends confessed, and they were arrested for the heist, but all of them were released later that day. He fixed the small...
What? That's freaking crazy. That's freaking stupid. How a rat bounty made the plague work.
They would grab the rat and chop off its tail before exchanging it for cash. You see, the city was overrun with rats carrying the plague, so officials paid 1 cent per rat, requiring only the tail as proof.
So
but even though tails were being turned in, the rats still got worse, and officials found some running around without tails. That's because people were catching the live rats, cutting off the tails, and releasing them to continue breeding. This was so more rats would be running around so they could keep getting paid. And some even smuggled more rats into the city, while others created rat farms, breeding them before turning in the tails. But eventually the government caught on and canceled the program. They would grab
1 cent per rat. I used to get 25 pounds for foxtails here. What do you mean? That's still big cash. Per freaking foxtail? So I used to work at the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore, Giovanni, brother. We used to have what we used to do. We didn't have to kill the foxes. We would just shoot them with a tranquilizer dart, and then we would put them in an area. It was basically like a box, and then they would get fed. We would take antibiotics if they had like mange, or like whatever, and it was antibiotics and thing for rabies. And then just after they ate that, they could go free. But 25 pounds, that's almost $50, right? What's the pound now? 25 pounds to USD. 33. Okay. Well, wow. What happened to the pound? Or what happened to the dollar? Let's see, 5 years. What happened in 2022? That dropped way low. Wow, you guys only got to $1.12 difference in $1.08 in September 24th, 2022. It dropped to $1.08 pound to dollar. That doesn't make much sense. I don't even remember that. Oh, not now. Poopheim. What are you doing, Christian? You just wanted to say stuff? All right, you got to go. All right, let's see. So for $30, and if you, I'm guessing you were in an area that was overrun with foxes, or wait a second, was this for a government thing, or was this for somebody that wanted to sell foxtails? I had to watch 3 ads. Really? Oh, I got to figure that out. That's no good. Global currency demands were all the same coin pushing parity expected. Another one bites the dust. Oh, to keep the foxes down. Okay. Another one bites the dust. Yeah. Another one gone. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust. I told you. I know how to recall. So we have a thing in America where you get a hunting license, and then when the deer population gets too high, but they also used to do that with, I want to say in Florida, the Everglades, for pythons, because the pythons aren't indigenous to the Everglades. They're like pets that got out and then they breeded, and there's millions of them. You get for their heads. Let me see what it is nowadays. Another one bites the dust backwards. It says it's fun. No way. Another one. All right, now you're really gone. It's good knowing you, Christian. Okay. What up, Julio? I was about to say it's missing something. Hold on. In what language? There's no F in Another One Bites the Dust. Bonjour to the Julio. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find this now. Dang it. States that pay for the heads of animals to reduce population. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So states for the heads of animals. Okay. Rather than to increase the numbers. Examples include coyotes and wolves in Nebraska, invasive fish in Baltimore, and historically for buffalo. These programs aim to reduce, not produce population. Nebraska, state law authorizes payments for wolf and coyote scalps, with a history paying $3 to $5 per head. Programs in Baltimore pay for the heads $30 per head of an invasive fish. Buffalo bone eradication. Federal funding is used to rats, and that's heads. That's not tails. Alaska Bulldog, protect ecosystem. Wild horse management. BLM spends what? BLM spends millions to manage wild horses from public lands, which is a form of population control. Do you recall the last time you went cold turkey? Me? On what? Yeah, I went cold turkey on a lot of things. What am I landing on today? Giovanni was talking about back in, I guess he was thinking back in the day, he would get 25 British pounds or whatever they're called these days to get for foxtails. We were watching a video where they were talking about, I guess the Chinese government would pay you a penny or their equivalent for a rat tail back during the Black Plague and or the bubonic plague or whatever one. And then people would cut the tails off but not kill the rats. And then they would import more rats to make more money. And so it made the plague worse by offering money for that. What? Oh, it's open topic, brother. Open topic. Open topic. Let's see. Here, watch it again.
The rat and chop off its tail before exchanging it for cash. You see, the city was overrun with rats carrying the plague, so officials paid 1 cent per rat, requiring only the tail as proof.
Yeah, that's
crazy. But even though tails were being turned in, the rats still got worse, and officials found some running around without tails. That's because people were catching the live rats, cutting off the tails, and releasing them to continue breeding. This was so more rats would be running around so they could keep getting paid. And some even smuggled more rats into the city, while others created rat farms, breeding them before turning in the tails.
Sounds like politics today.
But eventually the government caught on and canceled the program. They would...
That's so freaking crazy. That's so crazy. Enlighten us on your famous brownie recipe. Do you really want to know? You know what? This weekend, we'll do a brownie bank. My neighbor dropped off some cookies today, so I've got some sweets. But yeah, we'll do brownies this weekend. And I'll reveal all my secrets. Let's see. How prisoners escape through a hidden something. Let's see what this is. Barry Sanders. Hold on. You like my Barry Sanders profile picture? Hold on. Let's take a look. Hold on. Bam. There we go. Good old Barry Sanders. That's freaking awesome. That's awesome. Do you recall how to move like Bernie? I can't. Yeah, he was definitely the man. Barney is the up dinosaur is gonna come for you. Barney the up. It's up. All right. Let's see. Around. Oops. Gotta do that. All right. Let's see.
Right for the cells where the Taliban members were kept. And the entrance to this tunnel was hidden inside a compound across the street, which looked like a construction company from the outside. But inside, they used the building materials to reinforce the tunnel's walls. They installed lights and fans as they went, and when they reached the prison, they broke through the concrete floor. The Taliban members were directed into the tunnel in small groups to make sure there was enough air. And when they finally reached the end, they were taken away in private cars. Over 4.5 hours, they freed almost 500 prisoners, and most of them were never seen again. They dug...
There you go. Do you recall the... Yes, I recall... yes, I recall it. Yeah, I recall dinosaurs. Not the mama. Not the mama. Yeah, I remember. Not the mama. All right, let's find something else cool to watch. He was trapped in a car with a stuck gas on. Oh, dude, you know what I would do?
Tried to brake, but the accelerator was locked in place, forcing the car to blast down the highway faster and faster. He even yanked out the car key, but nothing was working, and he was getting closer and closer to a busy intersection with nowhere to escape. At this speed, he knew that if he hit someone else, both of them.
Do you know what you do in this? Yeah, I got Twitch open, brother. I got it open. Do you know what to do in this situation? If your car is out of control and your brakes fail or the accelerator stuck, do you know what you do? You rub your tires against a curb, or if you're on the highway, you just rub the side of your car against the Jersey wall to slow your car down enough. Do not jump out. Do not. Thank you, Julio. Thank you, brother. Yeah, do not jump out. Absolutely not. Do not jump out. That thing's the only thing saving you is that car.
Would die. So he grabbed the wheel and yanked it towards the side, shooting his car across the road, over a curb, and into a tree.
Whoa.
Finally, it rolled to a stop on its side, completely wrecked, but without hurting anyone else. He was taken to the hospital where he miraculously survived.
Bam.
He tried to—
Yeah, no, don't run into trees. You can sideswipe trees and stuff like that. You can sideswipe things to slow you down. But yeah, right. That's what you want to do. You want to rub your tires against the side of something to try to bring it down as best as you can. Grass will help slow you down. But if your accelerator's stuck, I don't know. Why didn't he jam it in park first? Like he took the key out, but he didn't jam it in park. That's crazy. Dadgummit. It gave you an ad? All right, hold on. I'm inventing a car with an injection seat. Hold on. I got to find out what's going on here. Hold on. That's crazy. That shouldn't be happening. Live stream. Viewers settings. Ad automator. Wow. Ad automator. I've never seen that before. Ad automator. Is this the first time that's happened? I've never even seen this option before. Automatic chapters, automatic places, languages, licensing and distribution, comments and ratings, moderation, who can comment anybody, show how many viewers are on the stream, monetization. The frequency is set to low. That's all you have is low, medium, and high. Mode, recommended, manual. Okay, all right. So I just switched it to manual. All right, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I got no idea. Ejecto seat, cuz. Yeah, trees do not move. They do not. That's right. No matter what you do in situations, it's all like looking up front. Yeah, I agree. Inject the seat. Do you recall how much revenue your video is producing? Yeah. I can break it down. Break it down. Thank you, Julio, brother. Yo. Hold on. You want to look at it? I have brakes. I had my brakes go out on me right before a red light. I bumped the wheels against the curb 3 times, jumped the curb to a parking lot, perfectly parked. It's about rubber's tire. Yeah, there you go. That's what you got to do. Kraken knows what's up. Kraken knows what's up. Yeah, I know people say it all the time. You got to stay calm. This has only happened to me once in my entire life where my brakes failed. 0 brakes. I was doing about 65. And there was 2 areas that I used to slow my car down. One was the top, like if you look at Jersey walls on the highway, they're not shaped on the edge flat. They're shaped like this. So your wheels can rub against this without the side of your car rubbing against the wall. So I used that, and then on the other side where there was it's called a soft shoulder, it was gravel. I went ahead and I was in the fast lane. I was rubbing my tires to slow the car down. Then as soon as I got up to that, I cut across all 5 lanes and then into the soft shoulder. But I put it in neutral. I couldn't shift it into park, but yeah. So as soon as this was an automatic, so you can downshift as best as you can to slow it down from 60 to whatever. While I was rubbing my tires, I got it down to about 30, and then swift over and it was going. So I put it in neutral. Do you recall what I said? But yes, but I was freaking out for about 30 seconds. And then I was like, all right, let's figure this out. Downshift, rub your tires. And I was just going to rub my tires the whole way until the car stopped. And then once it got down to like 5 miles an hour, I would have just steered it into the Jersey wall, my bumper. But then it got slowed down enough. And then, it was just screaming so loud in low gear, so I shifted into the neutral, let the car slow down as much as it could, and then just cut over into the gravel, and the gravel just went. Yeah, you think? Yeah, you thought quick and right. The people in the truck were shocked. They thought they were done. They were so happy. Yep, that's exactly what happens. Listen, the thing is that's interesting is I never took driver's ed or anything like that. When in Maryland, you either had to take driver's ed or you took a 3-hour drug and alcohol safety course, and then you can get your license at 18. But if you're under 18, you have to take driver's ed. So I never learned any of this or anything like that, but I remember talking to someone about why Jersey walls were shaped the way they were, and they said that. They said, so if you lose control of your car, you can rub your tires against it. And then so after I was freaking out, I was like, okay, let me downshift. Most people don't have. I had an automatic for my first car, my second car. My first car was a hand-me-down 1984 Dodge Caravan, and then so I drove a stick, and then I was in. This was a Civic, Honda Civic. And so I downshifted to get to slow the car down while I was rubbing my tires. But yeah, zero brakes, pedal to the floor. Just go stunk like there was nothing. Yeah, but I was so lucky. That one conversation I had for a few seconds with somebody about why Jersey walls were shaped that way. Yes, sir, Lorado. Dude, you've got me confused. Did you score? I do regularly. No, I don't even play that game, actually. What's up, Evian? Am I freaking... Evatten. Evatnus, Schwander. Evatnus. What up, Eve? What up, Lo and Eve. What did you do in the back of your caravan? Scary times. Okay, scary times. Slow too gives you an extra. Yes. When you're very scared, time slows down. It's very important to realize that you've got to be in control of the situation that you're in. You're the only person that can save you. Katra, what's up? God gave you the conversation, saved you. I agree. Would you ever buy quails? Yes. You talking about the birds? Yeah. My luck is so bad, I need a cosigner on cash. Somebody help caretaker out. How do you pronounce? What up, Rahendra? How do you pronounce what? Yes. Yeah. I'd buy quail. I mean, I don't have a need for them. I have chickens, so I have 8 hens that give me eggs every day. So I mean, but would I buy quail? If I went to someone's house. Somebody wanted to have a soiree, a party, and was like, "Hey, let's have quail." I would eat quail, and if they said, "Hey, would you?" But I mean, I wouldn't buy. I currently in life, if I had more property, I would own quail, some quail, absolutely. Do you recall Mort from Madagascar? I will eat your chicken deep fried. No, ain't much to eat. These are eggers. These aren't meat chicken, meat birds. Okay, Mort from Madagascar. Yeah, frickin' Mort was awesome. The big-eyed guy. Mort, Madagascar. It's 3:12 a.m. How long you got till prayer, Rahendra? 6 a.m., 6:01, something like that? Yeah, boy. That little freaking sub guys in the desert are quail till it was literally coming out of their nose. Hold on, what? Sub guys in the desert are ate quail? Ugh. I remember the time a kid bought pheasant foot to school and asked the culinary teacher if he could make something with it. Gee, what are you gonna make with it? Jello? Some guys in the desert I'm guessing you meant ate quail till it was literally coming out of their nose. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Listen, if you got to. Listen, stay alive. That's the trick. The trick to life is stay alive long enough to solve all the problems you need to solve while you're here. Absolutely. You just got to stay alive long enough. Like, even if you got sent to jail for 30 years, as long as you stay alive long enough, you can still get stuff done when you get out. Let's see here. Oh. Oh.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
You should have put it in reverse and just tapped it. Somehow with a gun. It was a cop car.
Get out of the car!
Dude, get back.
Get out! You're driving down the wrong way!
It's a one-way.
Didn't see that.
Oh, I don't know what you're saying. What are you doing? My car's not even on.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
I love it. Look at that butt crack. Oh, oops. That's the cops. Yeah, you're in freaking trouble, son. That's the same one. You just posted the same one anyway.
Get out of the car!
Dude, get back.
Get out! You're driving down the wrong way!
It's a one-way.
Didn't see that.
Go away. I don't know what you're saying.
Dude, look at those freaking demon eyes, dude. Look at those eyes. Demon. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, that's some crazy stuff right there. Absolutely. This world is so interesting to live in. I tell you what. You got enjoy it while you're here. Do you recall the color? Dude, all of them are black. That's all I have is black underwear because I buy them used. Dude, can you imagine buying used underwear? I don't even think so. I got arrested once and I had to do community service, and I did it at the local it's a basically it was a local version of like the Salvation Army where people like donate clothes and toys and tools and stuff for people, and people would donate, but we didn't even accept socks or underwear, but people would donate them and they'd be all freaking used, if you know what I mean. Like, it wasn't, yeah. That's just crazy, dude. Do not, like, that's absolutely nuts. Nuts. Crazy. Listen, parasites are a thing. Do not use other people's underwear. High school was a fever dream. One of the memories that stuck with me was a teacher playing the live audio of his wife's C-section to twins in AP Environmental Science. That's freaking nuts. Hey, Dad, could you please pay Mom child support? No! She failed it. You failed the DNA test, son. You failed. Special needs black kid. Pheasant foot is not that bad compared to what? Oh, compared to the C-section? That's crazy. Japan has vending machines for... Please tell me no. Japan... Hold on. Japanese vending machines selling used underwear. Oh my God. Oh my God, it exists. It's an erotic vending machine for people that have fetishes for buying people's under. That's crazy. Oh man. Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby. Love Shack, baby. Let's see if this is the same one or not. Let's see. Oh, what I break something there?
Best Falls.
Nice save. gonna freaking hurt. Oh, that was on purpose. It's full of foam.
Ranking the best.
Lost their wig. Someone knocked over a vending machine once in my school, and it shattered again. Pretty tame. Not most of the experience there. Yeah, we had that done all the time. And there's a Japanese website asking for lamb. I'm gay. Jackathon. I don't think anyone cares. If anyone's gay and lonely, hit up Jackathon. I guess that's like Jonathan, but Jackathon. What's going on down? Just in case anyone wants to know what's going on with Jackathon. He's gay. Jackathon is gay. Jackathon is gay. It's weird that it only happens once. We have multiple gun threats. I never had any, and I was in Maryland, Baltimore area, and like, there's freaking like that's Democrat as you get, and we never had any. We had people come in with baseball bats, but like I've seen like young kids that would get bullied, but they were always the bully that bullied the wrong person. So then they were just like, for a year they were bullied. And then they were like, well, I'm done with that. I'm going to come in with a baseball bat. And he swung it once, and the guy was just like, boom, and grabbed it, and then just freaking fed him his teeth. So freaking rough to watch. Just one punch. But the guy came in. He wanted to do a lot of damage. He was like hitting lockers with it and stuff. Stinky Farter, you look like Adrian Brody mixed with Patrick Bateman. Thank you, my friend Stinky Farter. I get Adrian Brody a lot. I've worked with Patrick Bateman. I worked with him on Brooklyn Brothers Beat the Best. I acted. I was an extra in that. But let's look it up. Adrian Brody, definitely. I got the Adrian Brody nose. Adrian Brody. Not Korean Brody. Adrian Brody. Hey. And then Patrick Bateman. Wow. Huh. Let's find a long-haired Patrick Bateman. He's got it like right there a little bit. Hey, thank you, Stinky Farter. Don't ram it down our throats. Someone brought a pew-pew within my first week of freshman year, and they didn't even tell us after we left school, and we still didn't have gun safety until halfway through the year. Oh, America. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing is a virtue most have forgotten. Yup. Yes, right. Listen, there's a big problem, especially in America, with people trying to stand out for anything. Instead of having a mindset to say, how can everybody be kick-ass together? And like listen, I'm going to tell you, I was freaking blessed. In high school, I started a recording studio, and this was back in the day when you had to use tape machines. I had a 12-channel mixer and a 6-track recorder. It used a cassette tape, but it would record 6 tracks. You could only use one side of it. Anyway, and so every click that everybody loved me. Everybody, the hip-hoppers, the gangsters, the punk rockers, the rock and rollers, the country guys, the rednecks, the whatever. Everybody wanted to record because they thought that music was their way out of life, out of, slow life they wanted to be. And yeah, so I was cool with everybody. And that was great. And it's like, I understand that can happen. So why do people, they only look for what the opposites are or the negatives are in people, but people are, they have a lot of things. Like you get the Democrats and Republicans argue over like 1 or 2 things rather than, what's the 75 things that we can say we can get together on? It's absolutely nuts. Absolutely. Thank you, Stinky Farter. Bro, can you speak with your deep voice? It says, 2025 season comes to an end. And the 2025 season comes to an end. Hey, no worries, man. Look good. Thank you, brother. Thank you, my friend Stinky. Do you recall your favorite brand of tire? I use freaking Firesteins. Those are the Jewish Firestones. Just kidding. I have Michelin's on my car now. Gotta go. All right, brother Stinky. He's got a toot. These days. What up, Real? These days we're missing quality movies. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Such a simple fault where we often forget how complex we are. Right. Everybody, like, the whole categorization thing doesn't work. It doesn't work. Black, white, Democrat, Republican, liberal, it doesn't work. Because then you're only that. And then people get mad at you if you're not. Well, that sounds like a conservative. Well, maybe that is a conservative view, but it doesn't mean that 986 million of my other, it's stupid. So just stay away from those people at all. If people want you to be a Republican or a Democrat, say no. No, you do that. I'll fight a different fight. We are Venom. God bless you and your family, brother. Thank you, Shengad. Thank you, my friend. God bless you. I hope your chat still stinks. Nope, your chat still stinks. I'm here now, Stinky Paradox. That's so awesome. All right, let me see. Welcome back. Everyone stinks. That's right. Everybody farts sometimes. All right, let's see. Oh, no, yeah, not Patrick Bateman. That's not who I worked with. It was some other Bateman. Who's the other Bateman? He was in Brooklyn Brothers Beat the Best. Let's see. Brooklyn Brothers Beat the Best cast. Andrew McCarthy. Never mind. I was completely off. Andrew McCarthy. Sorry. All right, let's see. What were we just looking at? Here we go. Oh, what is that? You just said it. Let's see. All right.
To punch him and gets instant karma.
A bunch of creep
I need you to stop harassing the customers. I'll show this to the cops, you lame-o.
Oh, man!
What?
Waiter outsmarts Karen and locks her out.
I'm never eating here again! Take that smirk off your face! I want to speak to your manager! Okay, all right. Don't touch me either! I don't like the way I'm being treated here! Nobody's here!
Karen smashes mirrors for honking at her. She really wants the secret sauce.
Jeez!
Karen turns into a megaphone.
This is the Gamerhood!
That's why I need to be here.
This is the Gamerhood!
Click here if you hate Karens. Karen tried.
Oh, jeez, people are so... This is what I'm talking about categorization. Who gives a shit if you're gay? Who gives a shit if you're straight? That's one part of your entire... It's freaking crazy. I think someone chooses something to align with and feels comfortable with that title. That's great. But we should always normalize not choosing something. Right. Absolutely. There's good people and bad people. That's the only cool categories that should matter. You can be gay and bad. You can be gay and good, and straight and good, and white and good, and black and good, and bad. Right? Why are we categorizing people as... Because that stuff doesn't... If you're... And this is a big thing. Yeah, I agree. So windy here. I am also through... Hold on. It's so windy here. When I almost threw... I hallucinated... When I'm almost through, I hallucinated tumbleweed, which we don't have, but it was some other plant blowing like one. Wisconsin tumbleweed. Let's see. We used to call trash Baltimore tumbleweeds. Wisconsin tumbleweed. Wisconsin tumbleweed. Yeah, no, you don't have tumbleweed, but you got something that looks like that. It looks like. Bro, America. Oh, sorry. What were you asking about before? What's your opinion on a bunch of creep boys in high school and 150 kilometers? Listen. If you can't just learn from school, get out. Get out. Get out of school and learn somewhere else. And this is what I want to say something about college real quick. If you have something you want to learn in college and pay for it, have you tried learning it before going to college? How come that's never offered as a problem? If you want to learn XYZ, why go to college for it? Why not just learn it and then pay for the test for the certification? That's like $100,000 less money. I think a lot of people just go because they want the party. But anyway, I just spit in ketchup and shit a ton of salt. I just spit in ketchup and shit a ton of salt and call that secret sauce. Yeah, if you were them, right. What up, Cora? Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. All right, hold you 1 second. I don't care if you're gay. What up, Adam? When can you tell? Wait, I don't care. Okay, everyone trying to convert straight people to gay. Right, and listen, that's every group. That's every group, and that's for political power. And even on the streets, people want to say, "Hey, there's more of us than there is of you." Why? Why do you care? Who cares? Because oppression. No bullshit. That's not why you care. I think it was a form of prairie, which makes sense. Prairie, what up, Bilbo? I guess Bilbo's Jewish. I'm not Jewish, Bilbo. I also think I should think before I talk often. Let's see. What's up, Lacey? Numbers win wars. Adrian Brody. Somebody just said that a few minutes ago. Bavisha. Yeah. Somebody just said the other. I was thinking. Here, right here. It's right here still. Bam. My name is Gashara, and I'm Indian scammer, and I sold $200 from your account. Damn, Rick. Can you put it back? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Damn, Gargachara. Not again. Classical music performance degrees can't get a decent music performance degrees can't get a decent teaching job without it, and can't get any jobs with it. Can't bypass and get certified. Need at least a master's where I am. Okay, right. But look at what you just said. Classical music performance. That's a speciality. But people that want to go for something like frickin' communications and stuff like that, like stuff that doesn't matter, like that doesn't matter at all. It's absolutely huge. But yeah, no, that I understand, Stinky brother. That I understand, because that you want to teach, so you learn that to learn how to teach, like that, like you want to be part of that system, so you learn how to be part of the system. You learn how the teaching system works, the education system. That makes more sense, because they want you to be what they request or require. That makes sense. What up, Pluxar? Give me your social security number and I'll give it back to you. 8675309. Rick, where are you from? Are you from Maryland by any chance? Almost home. All right, Kahora. My name is Kahora. Rick, do you promise? I think one of the most important skills in life is not to take so many things personally. If people were able to debate and argue without reacting emotionally, it would be a much more productive society. Absolutely. Absolutely. The FBI told me. I know Rick Grimes from Maryland when I lived in Maryland. And thanks, Kachara. Here's my debit card info. My pin is 6969. Oh, sorry. What did you say here? Julio. Okay, right. Listen, the most important skill in life is conflict resolution. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Life is conflict. Maturing is learning how to deal with conflict. When you're young, you're immature because you haven't had any conflict in your life. The more conflict you get, if you act like a child continually, you never solve those. You say no and go away. And right, so yeah, conflict resolution, and these are done. I forget Maryland exists sometimes. Not gonna lie, it shouldn't. It barely does. I'm Gal. Sorry, Gal. I apologize, my brother. Stoner Foo, same person. Same person, different rage. I don't think Rick is kidding. That's all right, Julio. You can't tell me otherwise. Tell which one. Hold on, did I miss something, Stoner? What did you say? Who's the same person? Oh, no, absolutely the same person. I am Adrian Brody. Dun, 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 dun. No, but we got the same nose and the same hair. Like, look at that freaking. Hold on, I should be up. Book up. I got this freaking nose, dude. I ain't playing around. I got it. I'm gonna freaking yeah. You guys gotta go get surgery and stuff, and I was born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. I missed somebody wanted to say something. Right. Listen, it's conflict resolution. It's how to live with other people. That's it. It's done. Like I said, I live in my community right here. I've got everything. I've got everything in here. I've got gay, straight, black, white, Indian, freaking everything. And everybody's cool. Everybody hangs out. Everybody would be like, hey, can you take my kid to soccer practice? And it's cool. They'll be like, you're an idiot. You voted for Trump. Well, you're dumb. You voted for Biden. But hey, can you help me pour some concrete tomorrow? I'm getting a load of mulch for can you help? That's the way life works. It's not the internet. I can't believe they're going to do it. No, that's not the way life works. It's absolutely crazy. Everyone likes a calm and collected person that doesn't make themselves everybody's problem and is well-spoken and confident. Yeah, most people struggle to become. Yeah, and I think that's why, because a lot of people do the fake it till you make it thing. They lie confidently, and then they get called out, and then they realize, well, that didn't work. So they just start calling people racist and bigoted and whatever. I'm an alien. So new. Much love. Thank you, my brother. I'm Light. What's up, Light? I am positive and travel light. I am positive and travel light. That's actually pretty funny. Be careful. Don't try to get canceled. No. Damn, that head moving fast. Gotta move. What up, Sergeant? Sergeant Chris Wells. Talk about the Epstein files. What do you want to talk about? I'll talk about them. I'm not Jewish. And no, only thing I'm on is this, brother. And I highly recommend if anybody gets exhausted in life, B12. B12, that's where it's at. It looked like the situation is a way bigger issue than we all thought. It looks like it was much more widespread. It looks like the situation is way bigger issue than we all thought. It looks like it's more widespread. We must take care of it. How you doing, Thomas? I tried scrolling Facebook for the first time, and it's best to polarize your opinions. Yeah. Not everybody's cool where I am. Most people are, but definitely not paradise for everybody. Though we definitely have character. This is the thing that sucks about internet life is real life. People have more problems than I can't believe you're a Democrat. I can't believe you're a Republican. Real life has, yes, you're that, and I've also got to pay my bills. I also have to make sure my children are okay. I also have to make, there's 700 other things to deal with. So it's not worth, if someone can help your children, but they're a Democrat, or they can, but they're a Republican, that point doesn't matter because they're going to help your children. For fuck's sake, B12 again. I take 5,000 micrograms a day, sublingual. But you got to take methylcobalamin, not cyano. That's the non-active form, methylcobalamin. There's more than one kind of B12. Guys, do you like watching movies? Okay, tell me your top four. I don't. I worked in the movie industry for 15 years, and I don't watch them at all. I can't. I'm not a doctor. I just played one on TV. Saw a fight between your average Caucasian middle class and same for an African American. All the comments are racist. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, that's the way it is here. Go DJT. Who? Doctor Who? He's just a self-taught intellectual. Autodidactic is what it's called. So I dropped out of high school after 11th grade. I took one semester in college. Everything else I've learned on my own. It depends on what you talk about. I've been alienating myself from people in Los Angeles for over a decade. I usually lecture them on ancient goddess, Innu cults. I like my privacy. Hey, I understand that too. Yes, I want children. Are you sitting on a hot pan? No. So I could show you my floor. So I have what's a fake hardwood floor. It's called engineered laminate. And this chair, this roller chair, it made divots. So actually, I just bought this. I just bought this the other day to put down underneath the chair. And because I've got divots in the floor, so it keeps going dunk and rolling back into this divot, so I keep rolling it forward. Racism is a social construct. Is God racist? Did he make people different colors after all? Look, I'm old enough to remember when racism wasn't a big deal. Like it wasn't a big society. Like it wasn't. Racism happened in very small pockets. I grew up around everybody, and everybody was cool. Everybody was into music back in the day. I recorded every color person, every style of music, and people didn't care. People wouldn't be like, "Oh, sorry, dude, you're black. I can't work with you." That didn't happen in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. That's a very new construct. When I lecture people on ancient goddesses and cause, they asked me to leave. What up, Aspen? Who invited this guy? By the way, I'm going to college this year. Any tips you want to give? Just asking. Listen, are you in India, Babisha? If you are, before anybody goes to college, decide what you want to do. Look 10 years in the future and say, where do I want to be in 10 years? And how does anything I do now get me closer to that goal? And that makes life a lot easier. Have a goal. Don't just be like, well, I need a degree. No, you don't. Every day, I take D3 and 5,000 micrograms of B12 every day. I'm 49 years old, and I just did a stream. I just finished my stream earlier, and I was running all over a house doing electrical and carpentry. This is real life. There are some people that are in my area that are definitely problematic. Most pedos are the ones that but in general, I can trust my people. Right, and the thing is, they try to make it normal. That should not be normal. You've got to protect the vulnerable. What team did you play lacrosse for? It was the Glen Burnie Gophers. Vindog, B4, and is the bomb. What up, Carlito? All right, Lamb. Oh, man, I'm way back behind. I just learned how to build up walls and not trust so freely while staying kind and patient and is always staying confident. I find that discourages most people that wish harm. Yes, absolutely. Listen, abusers will always abuse the vulnerable. We've been lied to for a bunch of years, telling people that vulnerability is a strength. That's a lie. That's a lie. Vulnerability is a weakness. You're vulnerable with people that can protect you. But if you let it be known that you're vulnerable, people will take advantage of you. You have to be a realist in life. You have to understand. Just because people say, no, that's not the way it was in elementary school and college. Oh, get a little older. Did you move out yet? Hold on, what? Did you move? Oh, I can't read it. Did you move out yet close to the new house? Did you move yet close to the new house? No. Actually, so the Florida house fell through. So I'm actually looking for another place now. Do you think about Billy? No, he's not a nice guy. Absolutely not. Yeah, same thing. You have to look into the future, where you want to be in 10 years, 5 years, whatever, and then decide if you're going to waste your time. Listen, I know a lot of people making $250,000 a year with nothing, no high school diploma, no college. They're doing low voltage electrical work, which they've learned outside of for professional education, working for data centers and stuff like that. Give a tip, save your money and drop out. It's a scam. There you go. I agree right there. Well, if it's free in India, the only thing you have on this planet is your time. Don't waste your time in college if you don't need it. 10 years, I want to be alive. You absolutely should. Well, racism fades and comes back over time. For any group of people, there's hate. Whether it's racism or something else, every group would say, right. But it's on such a small level. When you try to say that your entire world is racist, that's a lie. And they even teach that it is. That's a lie. So people want to try to solve very constricted issues by making it worldwide and then saying stuff like, oh, you can't be racist to white people. Well, when does that change? Can it change? They don't make delineations in these terms. When is it? If you can't be racist to any other race, then what does racism mean? They need to come up with a new word. The problem is it's hate. If people hate, they're going to hate anybody. If they hate you because you're white and they hate them person because they're black, they're just hateful. It ain't racism. It's just hate, and it needs to be called out. Decide upon what you like. Do your best. Find out what skill you like. Repeat until you're kind of content. Yeah. What if you don't take? What if you don't? So I've got ADHD really bad, and so ADHD symptoms and low B12 symptoms are the same. Inattention, hyperactivity. So you if you have ADHD but you've never had like blood tests saying that you were deficient in B12, you might just be deficient in B12. And that's what happened to me. I've been on all the stimulants. I've been on all the Ritalin and Adderall and stuff, and it didn't help me. It just made me high. So I got, finally, I got on B12, and then within an hour, everything was getting better. And within a week, everything was better. So where I left the movie industry, I started my own company. Everything's going good. It's B12. What up, Gawk Toog? Hey, thank you, Flora. Thank you, girl. Yeah. Oh, too drunk, too many market narcissists. Like, right, yeah, and learn what narcissism is. Narcissism isn't just people that don't like you or that you don't like. You've got to learn what true narcissism is and realize that these people are only out for themselves. It goes back to hate. They'll hurt you to get ahead in life. Yeah, they only want to use you. What is consciousness? Consciousness is love, buddy. What are we talking about? Oh, it's an open topic, Brick. But right now we're talking about college and hate. Sometimes I think a narcissistic person. Sometimes I think I'm a narcissistic person, and it concerns me. Then I remember narcissists would never voluntarily investigate themselves. That's exactly right. Elon Musk, a nice guy. So this is. I don't know him, but he's projected more towards being a nice guy than not a nice guy. Yeah, but Bill Gates has actively hurt countries. He's not even allowed in India anymore. Like they kicked him out because he hurt so many people with his vaccine. Not the COVID vaccine, some other vaccine that he was doing in India. I don't think you could pay me to live in Florida, though. I'd visit the idea of hurricanes. So here's the thing, Katra. I'm 49. I'm tired of paying rent to the government. And Florida, once you pay off your home, you own the land. You don't pay rent for your land anymore. You don't pay property taxes after you're done paying your mortgage. You can pass your house down for the next 100 years to your family, to your kids, and if they don't have any money, they still have a house to live. They can't pay the electric bill or whatever. Yeah, but they still have a home and you still have that property. That's why I'm looking for Florida. And that's what's happening now. Texas, that's already way in some places. I would never be proud to be an Indian scammer. You shouldn't be proud to be a scammer, Indian or not. I felt the same way, Yogi, but there's a catch. A narcissistic person would be the most concerned about seeming narcissistic. Whatever. Exactly, right. Yes, it does. Nobody with $100 billion is a nice guy. Depends what they do with it, man. Listen, and this is a problem, right? This is the way that we think often about this. If you die with $100 billion, then you can say they weren't a nice person. People can change, or we learn more about them. He's putting his money where his mouth is, and he doesn't seem worried about saving it. He'll spend it to change things. I mean, we'll see. Consciousness is just the other yourself dreaming in another universe. How much percent racist people in the world? How much percent is racist people in the world, and what percent are good people? I would say it's much lower than you would think. I would think maybe 5% is racist. There's a lot of racists, but there's a lot of places you can go. And listen, racism is hate. Like if you, I can't get on that bus because there's this race on there. Not somebody made you mad and you want to hurt their feelings, so you call them whatever race they are slur. That's not racism, because you might also have a friend, best friend, father, mother, whatever. That's that color. So it's not black and white, as they say. That, like, actual people that tell their kids stay away from other people of this color is less than that. Most people want their kids to do good in life, and if it's white people or black people or Indian people or brown people, if they can help you in life and you can help, then go where the good people are. And most people, I would say, but the problem is that doesn't get clicks and views. You only hear the worst of the worst. But most people aren't on the internet saying stuff. Did you see the Epstein? I haven't watched it yet. John, I haven't watched it yet. I'm talking about the one with the big fat lip. I saw the thumbnails for it, but I didn't watch it yet. Medical assistance in dying, maybe. An appropriate treatment for babies suffering from extreme pain. Yeah, that's crazy. Parents should have the opportunity to obtain this care for that. Yeah, that's insanity. No, that's insanity. Hey, dude, what's up, Zeno? And what state is the best for medical services? Like what place? USA Medical Hub. Like where would you best of the best doctors? So Maryland, Johns Hopkins University has very, very, very good doctors, and they're a very big research hub. I dated a girl, Dr. Rick Hopkins, and my father went to Hopkins. He went for physics. He's a rocket scientist, the Johns Hopkins Avery Propulsion Research Laboratory. But yeah, they've got a lot of great doctors and like cutting edge. Two vegans fight. It's all beef. What's up, Nip? No one with $1 billion is a nice guy. Guys, sir, I like to into words, so I'll subscribe. Thank you, my friend. I'll join live tomorrow. I'm going to sleep. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. What's the problem? Cyanocobalamin is the non-active form of B12. Your liver takes cobalamin and methylates it to the active form that your cells use. That's called methylcobalamin. If you smoke cigarettes, smoke anything, the cyanides from that smoke convert cobalamin to cyanocobalamin. This is one of the big reasons that when you quit smoking cigarettes, you feel so bad because your body wasn't able to absorb any B12 because it was converted to the non-active form. Methylcobalamin stays in your body a lot longer and it works. It doesn't have to go through your liver first. So if you use it under your tongue sublingually, it'll start working on the cells it touches. It doesn't have to go through your system first. And cyanocobalamin is absolutely artificial. They put it in a lot of energy drinks and stuff like that, so it'll give you a boost for a few seconds or a few minutes, and then it's just out of your system. Because it also, when the liver takes cyanide, connects with cobalamin and makes it cyanocobalamin. The liver can remove the cyanide, but now the cyanide molecule is in your body. And then any other cobalamin can connect with that and make it cyanocobalamin, inactivating it. So if it doesn't go through your liver again, it doesn't get converted to an active form. So yeah, you don't want that stuff. Do you love it when a natural talent? Do you do what you love and have a natural talent for and won't feel like a job? Then I agree, absolutely. Take care. And yeah, I was told 80, but I'm just sure I was getting 80-inch 4K flat screen TV. 6'7" here on B12 since I was 18. 6'7" here on B12 since I was 18. Brilliant stuff. Yes, sir, Peter. Yes, sir. 2026, 7. You're gonna tax me for walking. Really, no more property. Yeah, so that's. I don't know if it's passed yet, but that was what was going on last year. Let me see. Let's see. Property tax in Florida. A tax in Florida. Okay. All right. Let's see. Where am I at? Florida property taxes are assessed annually. Their taxes are paid to peers bills for offering a 4% early discount, key relief, homestead access, 50% up to the Sailor Homes Act. They don't test. Okay. All right, let's see. January 1st, rates low governments, Homestead Act, $50,000 per rent, limit assessment. Okay. Discount. 20. Legislative discussions in early 2026 included provisions to cut reform property taxes, phase outs for non-school areas. So I'm going to be in a non-school area. And also, if we continue to read through it, from the very 5 minutes of research I was doing into it when I decided to get out of Georgia, it was in the school areas you only pay until you're done paying your mortgage. But yeah. So that's what's going towards. And the bugs and the bugs and animals down there also freak me out. Where I am, there's hardly anything poisonous. I respect your choice. Personally, I couldn't do it. It's up to you to decide, brother. What's up, Rhea Schultz? Teresa, that's my mom's name. Teresa, yeah, that's my mom's name. Do Indians face discrimination in the U.S.? What's your real experience? No. My best friend is an Indian. His father's an Indian and his mom's Pakistani. Asan. He's in. If you look at my YouTube shorts, me and him, we just did a video a couple of months ago doing a water heater repair. Now, listen, in the cities and stuff where you a lot of the cities in the United States aren't just the United States. You have people from all over the world that are conglomerated in the cities, and they bring their local tribal hate with them a lot of times. So you can find people from other countries living in America that hate Indians, and they hate Indians in America, but people that live here, like that actually like own property and care about their land and stuff, they don't give a shit if you're Indian. If you rent is a very weird thing. Why are we always judging others instead of looking at ourselves? That's what we need to do. Clean your room first. And this is a big thing. People go on battles for other people while their lives are in shambles. You have to have a firmament. You have to have a foundation. Make sure you and your family and your actual neighbors, like the people outside of your windows, everything is good then. Then expand your battle. It's so easy. If you push somebody back into their trash heap, they have to crawl back out. I'm ready for the great solar flash. Human is stupid. Very low percentage. Yes, very low percentage. Lysergic. I'm right there with you, my brother. At least I was about 25 years ago. How are you? What are your thoughts on Mayor Mandami wanting ban dogs in public places? That's a horrible idea. Horrible idea. Listen. Muslims already have a hard time trying to dawah in and convert people, and they're not massaging their way in slowly by saying, "Look," and the thing is, listen, a lot of people aren't happy about it, but I think it's a bad idea. You have to. It's a bad idea. I say it now. If you ever come to $100 billion, I'll buy everyone in this chat a 10-piece chicken nugget. Not paying for the extra sauce, though. I'm not getting any city bus anytime soon because of the recent attacks on women. I agree. I agree. Listen. You only have your time on this earth. Why would you want to risk it? Why would you put yourself in a position? Why would you vote yourself into a position to shorten your life? DNA, there will always be racism. We choose not to talk about it. Don't feed the hate energy. Live how you love. True, period. Agreed. DNA mindset matters, brother. I wouldn't be drinking here if Adam and Eve didn't eat the freaking fruit. It's true. To be fair, the tasty fruit. Go to a different country for medical treatment because it's too expensive here. If you need treatment, there's a lot of things you can do. And listen, if you've got $1,400 to buy medical insurance in America, you can get top of the line health care. And this is the thing they talk about. It ain't free, but it ain't expensive. It's expensive for the insurance company to buy from the healthcare companies. But if you've got a cancer or something, you can get healthcare for a few $1,000s, so that it'll save you tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on the treatment. But did someone say meh? Are my comments getting skipped because I said no? Katra, if you the bugs and animals was the last message I've got from you. Bugs and animals is the last thing. Bugs and animals are down there freaking me out, but I read that one. And so if you post it's not showing up on my end, I bite that fruit cause furries. Cats are not really. There are a lot of messages he passes for you from time to time. So I've got an aggregator that aggregates Twitch and YouTube, and if any are missing from there, that's my fault. But they're not in my aggregator. This person looks like a crazy vegan lady. I actually have a video about that on my shorts, Tom. If I didn't eat the fruit, I wouldn't be able to hate furries. Be grateful. I dated a girl who married a quantum physicist. She broke up with me because it was too big. Dun, 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 dun. That's funny, Nando. In an old cowboy voice. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hashtag blame Eve. No tax in New Hampshire. There you go. Eve was a baddie, bro. Can't blame me for nothing. Totally worth it. What up, away? He blamed her. No, it doesn't work. I've been to therapy since Goktug. I'm going to move to Florida. The tax relief and the stand your ground laws. I'm tired of being scared of my state. And this is the thing too. I'm going to tell people something. 78% of people lie about their political affiliation. Bullies are real, right? You have bullies on the left and bullies on the right. But lately you've had a lot of bullies on the left. So a lot of people are just being like, yeah, I'm a liberal, blah, 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 blah. And they're lying because they want to avoid the conflict. So the thing is, what you see on the internet isn't true. It's not the truth. It's what people are willing to say. So it's like you've got to write down what your values and what your outlook on life is, your morals, and vote for people that have shown that in their history that they follow that. If it's a Republican mayor and a Democratic governor, whatever. The point is, you can't be on a team. That's the same thing as racism. You're saying, I hate a Democrat because they're a Democrat. I hate a Republican because they're a Republican. You're a bad person. You've got to be able to choose. You can't. The problem is hijacking is real. You have Democrats running as Republicans because they can win as Republicans. So if you just say, no, I'm this or that, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Big J told me I was tripping. I had to hear that. Hello from London, England. How you doing, JC? What is misinformation and how much? What is misinformation? How much of it is there? 90% of stuff on the internet's misinformation. Asian Indian, or Native American. My buddy, he's Indian. His father's Indian. His mom's Pakistani. If you put gas in the vehicle, you have a friend from India. Hey, buddy. A lot of Indians are chill. Yes, right. Yeah, Gavin, absolutely. Right. And this is the thing. There's good people and bad people in the world in each category. And the thing is, the problem we get into is when communities don't call out bad behavior. When you've got trans people being wackadoodle, you can't say, hey, this trans guy's wackadoodle, and all trans people say, oh my God, you're transphobic. No, you police them. You cover your community's look, what we see about your community. You guys represent that. You guys show. So you say, no, hey, dude, you're an asshole and you're making us look bad. And that don't happen. At all, I don't see. This is your bank. We need to confirm your identity because someone has stolen money from your bank account. Please provide your social security number, date of birth. I'm in architecture and I want to design buildings that work for the environment to save money, protect people from natural disasters, bring beautiful design to cities. That's freaking beautiful. Most people have zero clue what they want to do in 5 years. Most people. If you know something, you have a goal, you can work towards the goal. If you have no goal, what are you working for? Other people's goals? You are a wonderful guy. Like you. Thank you, my friend Sonu. What's up, Sonu? No sound? 25 or 62. I don't know what he means. Yes, I found whether a person is genuinely good or just acting. People will tell on themselves. This is what I'm talking about. You can't tell if they've got an R or a D next to their name if they're a good person or not. Because there are fake Democrats and there are fake Republicans. There are people that are narcissistic that just want to win, and they'll be whatever you want them to be. And that's a problem. Anyways, hope you guys are good. All right, Adam, brother. A river of Dershi. That's Italian. You should look up wind catchers. They're ancient. My sister used to build them all the time. We'll look it up right here, yeah. Wind catchers. I thought you meant dream catchers. Sorry, wind catchers. Wind catchers. I thought you meant dream catchers. Yeah. Hold on. Sometimes. There you go. You're talking about for architecturally. So I'm going to tell you a story real quick. I'm way behind here. My uncle did solar heating in his home. In Pennsylvania. They took a bunch of river rock and they filled a room with it, like 8 foot by 8 foot by 8 foot cube. And then his solar panels were not electric solar panels. They weren't photovoltaic. They were photothermic. So they heated up with the sunlight and it ran hot air through that big room of rocks that heated them up. Then all during the night, his air conditioning unit just blew the fan air through that, then through the house. So he didn't spend electricity at all on his heating. The sun heated the rocks all during the day, and then the fan just blew it through at night. Ask him for a kidney. Is there morality in nature? Not really, but there is. I mean, so you've got to look for it because usually nature just blends into the background. It's the immoral acts that pop out. But you can see love in nature, absolutely. Oh, there you go. Yes, I subscribe because I find you very interesting. Thank you, whatever you say. Thank you very much. Did you know Little Rapper died? Little Papa died at 25 years old? I did not know that. Do you think the morals are subjective or objective? Do I think morals are subjective or objective? Subjective morality. Okay. So I'm sorry. I was going to show you what subjective morality is. This is objective morality. Here's the thing. Without objective morality, people choose what's right and wrong. And the problem is people are suggestible. It's too easy to trick them. If you don't have a guideline that you decide to believe in that is right, your morals can be swayed, and you can see it in real life, how murder can be okay and it can be not okay. It's subjective to people. Morality in nature and is a given. You can see, I've got chickens. When one chicken treats the others bad, they all start to go crazy. No one told them that was wrong. What's the universe and how? What's the universe? How come it got? What is the universe? How it came about and how long it's here? Listen, I love talking about this, and I'd love to do a stream all about it. So it's a lot more. I don't believe we've been here as long as they say we've been here. We've got a lot, and there's a lot of reasons for it. But let me go through all of it, and we'll get back to it in 1 second. I would love to do a stream on it later on tonight. Let's see, we can do it. Well, you'll probably be in bed, but we can do it tomorrow. Enjoy the seasons in Wisconsin. Much to leave very far. Too much to leave so very far. Gotcha. You don't want to leave so very far. G Moon. Is it a simulation? It sure feels like it, doesn't it? This is misinformation. Propaganda isn't real. Believe what you're told. Right. What is wrong with you? Which one? Indians are extremely successful. Yes, right, exactly. Absolutely. How fast you read? I guess not fast enough. Looks like I'm far behind. Amen, my friend. I'm happy in school, and I'll probably ask about internships next year to see if there's experience I can get. Listen, if you can prove yourself to other people with your actions, that's more important than telling people on the internet what you are. And this goes to everybody. If you show up to a job that says you need 3 years experience and a bachelor's degree, and you are a high school dropout, but you've got a portfolio that shows that you can do exactly what that company will do, they will hire you. They might not publicize it, telling everybody don't go to school, we'll hire you anyway, because the schools get a lot. Yeah, do what you love. Do what you love. Get good at it and get proof of it. Do we have any Indian people? I want to ask why you're calling humankind sir every time. What do you call a person who goes to the casino to gamble and thinks he's going to win? Dumbass. Yeah, dumbass. Yes, that's freaking dumb. Listen, learn the mathematics of gambling. Learn the laws in your country behind how casinos are allowed to operate. They are allowed to cheat you out of so much. Sorry, Profac. Yes, he didn't use any electricity for the heat. But yes, the air mover, that's exactly what it was called, an air mover. He powered the air mover with electricity. But he also had a bunch of solar panels and stuff too, so I'm not 100% sure whether his air mover, his air handler was connected to the grid or not, or where it was connected to his battery systems. He was just talking about the heat for general. What is truth seeking? It's truth seeking. Listen, you have to learn the difference between hypothesis, theory, and fact. All people should. Solar panels do good, but they're kind of ugly sometimes. I want to find designs that look nice too. I think that's a great idea. Truth seeking is a stumper. 288 times 2. 400. It's 16, 664. I can't do it. 288. 464. Hold on. What? 16. 516. 516? No, 516. 516. 288 times 2. 288.
88 times 2 is 176.
288. 576. There you go. My bad. Not bad. You should also look up vertical forests. They're cool, and I hope they get built more. Vertical forests. Morals are objective. Yes, morals are objective.
According to Wikipedia, the Bosco Vertical is a complex of 2 residential skyscrapers
that's
designed by
freaking
Boeri
awesome.
Studio and located in the Porta Nuova.
Yeah, that's freaking cool. I love that stuff. There's some weird gray areas, but mostly objective still. Yeah, I agree. If morals are objective, how do you explain bad things happening? Because evil exists, Michael. Because evil exists. Listen, even when people that consider it subjective, they still do what they consider is wrong, and they just lie and cover it up and do whatever. But yeah. It's like evil exists. That's the concept of time freaks me out so much. That I joined the stream, but I don't want to get an existential crisis. I used to be able to talk about this stuff, but it gives me so much anxiety lately. Kat, I'm telling you this over and over again the past 2 days. Vitamin B12 deficiency and anxiety. Vitamin B12 is strongly linked, deficiency is strongly linked to anxiety, depression, and other psychiatric issues due to its role in producing brain chemicals like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. Can anyone say their ABCs backwards? I absolutely cannot. What is success according to you? Success is learning how to fail. Hey guys, let me catch up. I'm really far behind. Sorry. My school has lots of resources for learning. If it wasn't good, I wouldn't be paying for it. Right? No, absolutely. Listen, value is important. You've got to get value for what you spend. It's got to be, and your resources should be an investment in yourself. You shouldn't just spend money to feel good. You should spend money for your future. And for what you want to become. If news are manipulated, then what about history? History's manipulated also. This is why people want to tear down statues and stuff, because they want to rewrite history, leaving out whatever's been carved in stone. What up, Kahora? Also, I'm at a local college. The big names are often overpriced, and jobs only care about Harvard or something. Yeah. You don't need to worry about any of that. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff. And the big... You as a person is more important than the college you go to in 99% of circles. You can talk about it and say, I went to Harvard, I went to this, I went to that. But it doesn't matter. You might be able to get a job with that, but if you suck, you can't keep the job. So it really comes down to what you're good at and what you want to do. Okay, you got it. 576. I was off. Sorry. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind here. There are 288 pins in DDR5 to Kahora. God could cut off the oxygen, but the grace is too great. Thank you. Absolutely. You are right. There you go. I'm 49. January 10th is my birthday, 1977. True people have a tendency to bend their morality just so they have creates hold on. True people have a tendency to bend their morality just to have their creates fulfilled. I mean, I think I know what you're talking about, like what you're trying to say. I mean, whether I'm reading it wrong or whatever. But yes, absolutely. People are ultimately selfish people. People that don't care hurting other people to get their points across or get done what they want done. Those people are a problem because they don't care. They're more important than anyone else, even though they may say other people are important. They just want to cover that up. Damn, not bad. Still waiting. Damn, not bad. I'm still drinking. What are your favorite things? I'm open topic. I want to speak about anything that I know and anything that I don't know. I want to learn about. My wife is Les. Let's go. I can't believe the police tried to tell you to say your ABCs backwards if you have DUI. It's crazy. That's the they just want to throw you in jail. I'll consider the B12, but I've had multiple blood tests in the past. Just listen, it's so cheap. And the problem with the blood tests is, yes, get them, but it tells you 2.4 micrograms is what you should have. I take 5,000. That's 208,333% more than they take. But that's what this is. One tablet. One tablet is that if you're at where your blood test says you should be and you're depressed and anxious, you don't have enough. Consciousness is an infinite war, and the universe is a bubble in it. You have that consciousness that's unaffected by everything. I ate too many eggs today. I gotta poop. Zara, can I watch? Oh, her poop. Of course, Cowboy, you're welcome. What's your role, degree, and success? Can a person be a physicist without going to college? Yes. Listen, YouTube and social media, if you show people that you've got the skills to solve the issues, they will pay you. They won't say, oh my God, you can solve the issues to the universe, but dude, you didn't finish high school. That doesn't happen because they want to win and they want you on their team. Plus, the way I live at home still stay in my area. Honestly, I'm really happy with it and drive there. I'm getting out of my shell of nothing crazy. Yeah, take it slow. What up, Der Fumo Prince? Even if it's drunk, he's a little smart. What up, Oreo? How many languages do you speak? I speak one, barely, like 0.8. I can speak a little bit of Arabic. I can speak read a little bit of Arabic, read a little bit of English, and read a little bit of Spanish. Was geht's dir? Machst du? Gut? Ich gut. Ich auch. Grenade corn. She's got 7 languages. John Nibel by auch. I don't even know what I'm saying. Freeze. How many people you like talking? How much you like talking? I love it, dude. I love it. I love talking to people. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do. Ich komme gerade. I love to study since I got many friends. Do you recall the last time you had to... Favorite scientists? My favorite scientist, well, my number one top of it is Isaac Newton. You read the frickin' Principia? That's my number one favorite scientist. Pass, and I'm talking about Simbo. Yes, do you actually do Cowboy? Earth is creamy white, alpine white. Yeah, mine's Newton, Isaac Newton. Alpine tastes the very best. Nestles. I remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s, my mom used to go to these doctors to get prescribed pills, and I guess the doctors went to prison for false prescriptions. That happens a lot. I got this awesome TP that turns red to tell me when I'm done wiping. I just came in to hit the like button. Thank you, Kat, about the shower, because I got home. I'll probably be back in. All right, thank you, Kat. What's the difference between truth and false? The difference between truth and false? Truth is what has actually happened, and falsehoods are the deceptions to what actually happened. Don't forget the why. Do you fear AI? No. I'm look. I want to tell you guys something about AI and how far back am I? Okay, I'm catching up. So here's the thing about AI. AI can make what's already been made. They can, like, for instance, today there was a thing saying AI can make a compiler that can compile Linux, but it can't do it correctly, and Linux has already been written and compiled, and it costs $20,000 to do in processing power for the APIs. So for 20 grand, you can make me something that's already been made, and you can do it wrong. It doesn't know how to do. The marketing behind AI is that it'll take all your jobs. And that gets people to say, hey, well, let's invest in this company so I can have less employees. But it can't be creative. It can remake creative stuff. Wow, it can take Tom frickin' Selleck's face and put it on Jim in this movie. Great. Because we've got all the data and all the rigging, the skeletal rigging that's done in 3D. So you can take a 3D model that's already been made, and then you can just skin it with a famous person's skin that's already been filmed 1 billion times. But you can't say create a new programming language and then it create a new programming language. It can't do that. So the people that drive it are still the owners. It's just a tool. I'm planning to transfer to a really good school in a couple of years, which is close to home, but far enough that I'd probably get an apartment better than dorms. Yeah, I wouldn't go to a dorm. But it doesn't apply because I'm getting in the shower anyway because it's necessary. Gestalt Dummkopf. What do you think about Stephen Hawking? Is he a nice guy? Doesn't seem like it. Seems like he tries to turn a lot of people away from things he doesn't know for sure. This is the problem with science. When science and theology collide. You can't prove that there's a God. You can't prove that there's not a God. Why are you trying to tell people one way or the other? This is a problem with people that get popular for science. They'll tell you what you want to hear as long as they keep getting paid. And I don't think that's kick ass. Good to see you, Jacob, brother. About those orange gummy vitamins, and sometimes I take them too much because they're really tasty. Yeah, be careful about that. You look like Isaac Newton. Did Apple really fall on his head? I don't think so. I remember reading a lot into that when I was young, and the theory is like this is what you have people that are science explainers, and they say, oh, what's the best way to teach people about what Isaac Newton did? And they tell stories. They're storytellers. They're making up stories. And this is a big thing. People talk about the Bible. They say the Bible's full of fairy tales. But you watch Harry Potter and fairy tales, and you can get something out of it to teach you something about life. So people don't make sense. I overdosed on zinc because of gummies. You absolutely can. I want to live in America after reading the U.S. Constitution. I'm from Israel, but I think I'll prefer America. What are the best places to live there? Anyone knows? Listen, this is what you got to do. America is a group of communities. You've got to find a community that will help you and that you can benefit from. Anything, doesn't matter what you are, who you are, what color, creed, race, religion, or anything. Find the people that benefit from. Don't go to a place that hates you. Don't go to a place that will tolerate you. Go to places that will be helpful. And so, what's important to you in life? Start researching that. Porcupine. I'm telling you, stop eating the gummy vitamins. What's up, Lamb? I was for, the Flintstones. Yeah, I used to take Flintstones. They weren't gummies, though, back in my day. They were still, can phone beat human? For what? Linux can't run Battlefield 6. Deutsch sprechen macht Spaß. I don't know how to pronounce the B thing. Help me, please, is real true, I'd say. Let's take a look. Are you talking about, is that I can't remember the name of it. Oh, no. That's just crazy, dude. Listen, so I'll tell you what, here's the big problem. You have, if you're going to take this on, Dave, if there's good and there's pros and cons, all right? You're going to lose muscle all over as well as fat. If you're obese, you've got a lot of muscle because you've been lugging around all that weight. So you've got muscle under that, but your heart and your brain, your cholesterol levels, all that drive. You've got to make sure that you can be as healthy as you can be while on that, and that goes for every drug, weed, freaking blow, all that. Make sure you've got the chemicals in your body that you need for your body to be safe and healthy while you're on that. But it's the thing. It's better than not being on it if you're going to kill yourself over being morbidly obese. But yeah, but you can't just take it and say, this is it. This is what I'm doing for my health. You've got to change your mindset and say, okay, where am I at? Where am I at with all of my vitamins, all my deficiencies? Where am I at? Okay, I got to bring all these up while I'm on that. And while you're on it, at least 4 times a year, have your blood levels checked for your vitamins, your cholesterol and whatnot. Cholesterol should be high. Good cholesterol should be high. That's how your brain works. People try to drop their cholesterol and use cholesterol lowering drugs, and that can hurt you. You're underestimating AI. It's dangerous. We'll see, brother. We'll see. We'll see, right? Can't be a salary fool. I hate AI. It's gonna fail. God will destroy it. Now that's what I think. Brachen modern Werke Gestalte 320 Sterk Wunderbar. What's the law of conservation of matter? Doesn't imply if there's a one point creator. So somebody wrote the laws, right, Jacob? Right? What's the ultimate truth? I'm still on the toilet at 8-5 fried eggs and diet over here. Said help. There's definitely a God, yeah, without a doubt. Listen, whether you're deist or theist, we're definitely created. If someone can't show you proof that there's not a creator, but can show you tons of proof that we are created, but as long as you keep paying them enough, they'll be able to tell you how we're not created. They are being deceptive because they cannot prove it. So if they say it, they are being deceptive. There are plenty of scientists that are on that other side. Look, go to them. Go to them. I love listening to you. You are so interesting. Thank you, Sonu. 42. What up, Chevy? Good luck. Constitution is getting controversial. She's only 17. Thank you, Zara. Ich can liebe Deutschland, Wurst und Lager. Out of my fave BMW is 95 M3. Let's look it up. BMW 95 M3. Yeah, that's a slick. Yeah, that's freaking classic. That's a classic freaking Beamer. Absolutely looks good. Green with tan interior. There you go. There you go. Hold on. I got you. I got the internet.com. There you go. The Earth is floating. Why universe so fine? Designer controlling it. Right. Listen, somebody's got to tweak the knobs. Whether you want to say, listen, start off with we're a simulation. Start off with that. Find out like you can do a lot of math on your own. The moon is moving away from the Earth, so that means if you wind time back, the moon is coming back towards the Earth. How many millions of years do you get before the moon gets so close to the Earth that is gravitationally locked and gets pulled in? There's a lot of things, and they don't teach us any of that. You have to really go on a mission and find out. You can't prove that there's not, so try to disprove it yourself without listening to other people. Look at the data. You know who the best overall president was? It seems like Kennedy and Lincoln were. Sure, yeah, Lincoln was absolutely one of the absolute greatest people that we had. Absolutely. Worst is Schlechter. What's the value of information? It's the most important thing there is. That's what DNA is. It's information. It's living code. It changes itself. It repairs itself. Information is the most important thing. You can't pronounce the B thing. I don't know what it is. I don't even know if it's a B or an S or a Schlicker. Although the green is sick, the yellow is iconic. The only reason I say green is that I had one American things. No problem, Dave. The B thing is also called Esset. It's also a double S, so spas. Thank you, Katra. She's my pride and joy, but a fart nugget crashed into me. I don't drunk hit me. In South Africa, you have your M3 for as long as it sits in a vault, stolen immediately every time. Yeah, it sucks. At least they can pay you to have one. Yes, I believe in God, absolutely. Listen, I didn't until I was in my mid-40s, and then I finally had the time to actually think about it. I was an atheist scientist type. Absolutely, you guys are stupid. We'll figure it out. But then I realized when I worked in the movie industry, the scam behind it. Think about the scam. You tell people there's no God, and if they give you enough money, you'll prove it. That's the scam. And then so once I changed my mindset to saying, why are all these people saying this stuff? They don't know for sure. An actual scientist wouldn't say that there is no God or is no creator, because we don't know and we cannot know. So what's the evidence? What's the evidence for and against? And then just start going down that rabbit hole and you'll get there, because it's undeniable. It's undeniable. It's undeniable. You better not either move. So RNA, they say that we started in a puddle on the earth or whatever. And in a soup, what was that thing called? I can't remember what it's called. Not galactic soup. It was called I can't remember what it's called. But then now that we've learned that RNA, the backbone of RNA, even if it was to spontaneously combine, it's only got 4 hours till it's gone. You don't have billions of years. You've got 4 hours before RNA has to combine with the nucleotides before it dissolves. So it can't be around water, so it couldn't have formed in the oceans. If it gets hydrolyzed, it goes away. And you have to form RNA and DNA before you can even split a single cell, and you can't do it in a wet environment. I do not know, Sonu. I mean, nothing is ever created or destroyed, only changed. I feel like it implies things were created at one point. I agree. What type? We're not even a type 7.7 yet, Sonu. 0.1 means you can use all of the energy on your planet, or you can gather all of the energy from your planet's star to use on your planet, is a type 1. Type 2 is you can use the stars around you. Type 3 is you can use all the star energy from all the stars around you. Theory of relativity. My mission is to help people understand that propaganda is real, and do not destroy your relationships with your friends and family over other people's battles. She said, well, she was just 17, you know what I mean? Oh, right, 17, you know what I mean? It's just, if there's a creator, who created the creator? I'm about to say, right? So we'll talk about that, though, real quick. That's categorically wrong, right? Because if someone created time, then they were outside of time. We can only think along timelines. That's the way our existence works. So if something created time, then they were there before time ever existed. But regardless of that, the atheist scientific industry wants you to give them one miracle, and then we don't have to worry about miracles at all anymore. Just one, that we're here because of nothing, because two nothings got together and created a something. That's the miracle they ask for, and then everything else we can prove that there was no God. But except that one miracle, and that's the problem. So you need one miracle. Either nothing created something, or something created something. Man, I love those cars. Happy with the 318 SI. How you became so dungeon. Yes, I read a lot, brother. We got 325 eyes over here, and the 350 at a homologation to 333 to replace the M3. John Adams. FDR was pretty great. Yeah, we had a lot of great guys, Kaya. It's Big Bang. So it looks like it. So I was very blessed as a kid to have my brother worked for a guy who was an amateur astronomer. And he had an 8-inch telescope. It was an 8-inch mirror that went in a big, and he gave it to my brother for working overtime. And and my father was a rocket scientist, so we would set it up in my backyard, and we would look deep into space and talk about things and look at things. So you can start to do setups and things and learn about how Hubble worked and how Einstein said that there was no Big Bang, and he said that was the biggest blunder of his career. When he saw Hubble, talked to Hubble at his 100-inch telescope, he said, oops, I was wrong. And that's when he switched from atheist to deist, or something created us, but he doesn't believe in a religious God yet. Dyson Dolbury, I got a FanDuel app, put $100 on it, and 5 spins won $1,000, but I know it's a scam because they want to keep playing. That's right. No, I'm not Jewish, Sarah. Where is Trump roughly on that list, overall U.S. president? Dude, okay, I was an anti-Trumper, and now he's definitely winning me over. He's definitely winning me over. A lot of the things that came out that said that he was the one that called, because I wanted the kids protected. And so when it came out that he called the cops on Epstein in 2006, and everything's doing great in the economy now, money that I had investments from companies that I worked for, 401ks, as like doubled. I didn't do anything except for him get into office, made me a lot of money. Not a lot of money, but it doubled my retirement. House prices are dropping. Food's much cheaper. Look, during the Biden administration, things were so expensive. I bought the chickens so I could eat cheaper by getting eggs every day. And now I give all my eggs away to my neighbors and stuff to help them out and stuff. So, yeah, it looks like, and he wants people to stop dying, and I want people to stop dying. And a lot of people are violent in the United States over Trump because of propaganda, and propaganda that I helped make during the movie industry, and I didn't realize it at the time. But that when I got out, I was like, wow, people believe this stuff. I don't know, Polish. I can say some words of selling, but Skywarzim Jock is Marskada. Yeah, you got me on that. What's your concept of God? God is God, brother. For me, pretty dang low. Depends on who you ask. Some really love him, although I would say countries like Germany have officially considered the U.S. too dangerous to travel. Just take that as you will. Yeah, but you got more people trying to get into America than any other country. Primordial soup, yes. The primordial soup, yes. Visions, yes. God is God, don't be evil. Jesus prayed to God. Jesus say God is more bigger than me. Jesus say, some calling me God. Why do you call me good? No one good except for God. That's very true, my friend Cool Star. It's all a movie plot going on. It's like everything suits itself. Right, who wrote the script? RNA, DNA, or YMCA, hydrothermal vents, a very big thing, right? But the problem is so I'm guessing you're going back to the goes back to the Matthew, the RNA part, the hydrolyzation of the polypeptides. The backbone of the RNA cannot get wet. It can't get wet. If it gets hydrolyzed, it dissolves. After it's combined in a dry environment, a pure dry environment, if there's any methane, if there's any calcium, which would be all over the ocean, you can't get the bonds. It just doesn't work. And a lot of that stuff's coming out now. I need me a smart man like Richard. I can listen to you talk all day. Thank you, Zara. It's clever. Do you believe in heaven and hell? Yes, absolutely. And I believe a lot of it's here on earth. What's up, Xenos? I worked with parts of the Hadron Collider. Damn, dude! I'd love to talk to you about that, some of that stuff. If humanity achieves type 3 anything, it's type 3 of anything, it's diabetes. Monogamy, all right, you got me. I'm with you. When you look out in space, you're looking in the past because light takes time to travel. So in theory, you could see the beginning. That's right, and that's what Hubble showed, that everything is moving apart from each other. So if you rewind, it all comes back to a central point. But here's the thing to think about. In school, they don't teach you about the other 4 main theories of creation. The Big Bang's only one that they teach because they get the most they get the most funding for that. But there's the oscillating and the steady state creation theories. Okay. Okay, Big Bang Theory, abiogenesis, which means spontaneous, means life from non-life. Panspermia, that life exists throughout the universe. Let's see, universe creation. Okay, so the Big Bang Theory is the prevalent theory. Okay, 13.8. You also have the steady state, cosmic inflation, and the cyclic or bounce model, which means it goes, blows up and it falls. And we have no evidence. We have no evidence that any of these are true. They're all stories. They're all, somebody says, oh, maybe this is what happened. How much money can I get from this? How many people can I convince of this? I thought about I've been looking at your sweet and sour chicken ass. I support him too. I support him too. Yeah, he's my president. Listen, I want the best for me and my family when I'm here. I'm not going to be anti my own country, my own family, my own. You have to make the best. It's fun to see them yell at each other and whatever, but whoever wins, wins. And then you have to say, how do we make the best out while we're here? And me and my family were able to make a lot more better oats over the past year than over the past 8. And so, yeah, they keep doing what you're doing. Monogamy, nothing, broski. Polyamory abuses your natural bonding mechanisms, treats you like a cheap drug. I agree. My 401k is huge, thank God. Poly perfect. No, you're not. I'm too slow to read every comment. I'm too slow. I apologize. Sorry. I'm trying to work on it. On Twitch, you can see the whole stream. On YouTube, short. It's only I like chicken booty. You know, a really man made me believe in God and Jesus and mentioned to people the way they would act weird. Right. This is very easy. It's neat to see. Have you ever heard of not meditation? What's it called? What do women say? They're doing something. I'm gonna bring this into. I'm gonna make this happen by thinking about it. What's it called? What do women call that stuff? I prefer drumsticks, but do your thing. What's it called? When people show that they're demons, manifestation. Yes, so when you talk to someone who seems to be a jerk about God and they freak out, why? Why are you freaking out? Because they told me that it doesn't exist. But you never thought about it? So are they evil? They want to steer you away from a possible truth. It's freaking crazy. A dude in the troll. Zara's a dude. Truth done tells it. Yes, I'm single but celibate till March 2027. The black holes exist. Maybe we're just on the receiving end of one of that more in and out matter from the universe being sucked into. You got to look at the evidence for everything. Yeah, I'm telling you, when you're on semen retention, you get the craziest stares. I can help you I can help spirituality. You are that. Manifesting, yes, Medina, yes. What's important? What's importance if I don't know? Manifesting, yes, you got it. Manifest. Big Bag sounds super unnatural. It definitely does. Start talking about God and Jesus in front of a whole bunch of people and watch demons manifest out of them. Yeah, no, right. Yeah, they're projecting. Listen, people don't want to be wrong. The big problem we have in America is you have a lot of people with degrees that don't know shit. They don't know anything. And they get so embarrassed that they manifest their demons because when you say, well, why not this? because somebody just told me this bad, this good. Okay, but you saying this is bad when all the evidence shows that it's not hurts me and my family. Freaking Cora. Woman got needs, boy. Yeah. But yeah, life is freaking phenomenal. Life is awesome. And this is like the point of naming this Get Old was if you get old enough that you'll learn it. Hold on one second, everybody. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, he's going on another beat. I got it right here. I don't play around. I got it right there. Going on a B12 run. Watch. Sir Dog. What's up, brother? Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain. Feel the rain on your skin. Richard has won my heart for real. Listen, dude, then you did it wrong. Ooh, that was me. You look like a scientist. I'm an amateur scientist. I do, and I tell you, I'm going to tell you something that's very interesting. If you start working with electronics, soldering electronics together, learning how electrons work and everything like that, learning how holes in electrons, you get closer and closer to being like, wow, we don't really know what the hell's going on. You look at your remote control and say, I push the button and it turns this on. But what happens inside there? How did we go from banging sticks together in the forest to understanding how did we know that information was there to find? Listen, it goes freaking deep. It grants immortality. It feels like it does for me. Dude, listen, I was ready to freaking, I had what you would call chronic fatigue syndrome. Chronic fatigue. I would hate waking up in the morning. I would hate going to work. I would be so sluggish through work. I would get home and I would sleep. And I would do it once and then I was told I was depressed. I got put on all the antidepressant pills. And then I got told those didn't work. So let's put you on a different one, then a different one. Oh, then we need to put you on that one, but give you a booster one that will boost it, blah, blah. And then so I'm just like, you're just freaking, why don't you pay me back for all the bullshit that I already spent the money on? We'll get you straight. You're just saying that because you're depressed. Can I get a blood test to see where my vitamins and minerals are? Look, you have a chemical imbalance. Which chemicals? There's not enough money in my pocket and too much in yours. That's what it's sounding like. So go to a lab. You don't need to go to your doctor's office. You don't need to pay your whatever the hell you call it when you give the doctor money. What's those things called? Not a deposit. I can't even remember what they're called. Copay. You go to a lab, you get the blood work done, and you get it back. And then you take the blood work over to your home, and you go on the internet, and you say, okay, this is what this is at. It'll say, oh, this is great. But then you look it up, and you say, that's not great. Why does it say I'm okay? Well, I've got all these symptoms. What deficiencies cause these symptoms? This, and that. Okay, so it looks like if a D3 and a B12 deficiencies cause all this, let me try taking this. Wow, that was amazing. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Gordon, you still owe me a beer. Jingala, hor, jingala, hor. The line between fool and scientist is quite thin these days. Yeah, listen, it's you have to understand what marketing is. They've got a potential product to sell to you, and they're marketing that product to you. I have a product, 110th grade, to market to you all, and I'm going to tell you what I believe I should be telling you people to become subscribers of mine, consumers of my content. They want you to do the same, but they're willing to tell you whatever you want to hear in order to become fans of their information, no matter how pretty they paint the picture. And it's really crazy. Why doesn't he what? What did I miss? Why doesn't he what? What did I miss here? What did I miss? You look like a scientist. What is he? I don't know. Oh, you a beer? B12 actually releases stress. Actually relieves stress. Relieves stress. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, yeah. Cortisol. Hold on. Okay, so we'll do this. B12 deficiency and stress. B12 deficiency is strongly linked to increased stress, anxiety, and depression because its nutrient is essential for producing neurotransmitters like serotonin and managing nervous system health. Chronic stress can in turn deplete B12 levels. So stress can deplete the B12 that's in your body. Smoking cigarettes, smoking anything. Yes, absolutely. Look into it, people. Look into it for your own well-being, please. Dude, which platform provides the most monetization? You only one I'm monetized on is YouTube, but I'm also on Twitch. Can you say a joke? I was gonna say a really stupid joke. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. Okay, anyway, sir, I know somebody that does without any vitamins. Dun, 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 dun. Jew detected. I'm not a Jew. I just got a big nose, Sean. Can you say Jew, bro? I can say Jew. Oh, you can say Jew, bro. Right. I'm strictly a YouTuber. I got no words about to sleep. It's already 4:50 a.m. here. All right, Freeman Docs. I'll see you out. I'll be here. I'm here every day. Hot bath and lavender. B1 grants mortality. What's up, Bluegrass? Axe body spray shower in a can, dude. I went to sleep at 6 a.m. It's 3:15, drunk and chilling. No offense, but you look like Corey Feldman. Really? Sorry, say Corey Feldman. I think his nose is way too buttoned. Maybe he looks a little bit more over there. He's got way more of a freaking Chad jaw than I do. How to achieve immortality easy. No subscription, no credit card, hot singles in your area. I stayed up so late last night, slept till 3 p.m. I do paint. Yes. I definitely have vitamin D deficiency meds because I forget to take supplements for winter a lot. No, it's super. And listen, D3 and B12 and your magnesium and calcium all work in congruency, in concert. That you need them. You need them all. Am I stressed? No, I'm not stressed. I feel good, dude. I feel better. I've felt my entire life. I've used every kind of thing out there in my whatever you think done it, and now I'm on B12 and D3. I'm not on any kind of drugs. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't drink alcohol. I mean, I will drink alcohol if someone says, "Oh, hey, I'm having a baby. Let's come over, celebrate, have a glass of champagne, whatever." I'll do that absolutely. Isn't it amazing I can influence neurons? Isn't it amazing that I can influence neurons in your brain far away? Right. This is what's absolutely amazing. Switching careers, yeah. All right, Lamb. Not B12 again. If I took a lot of synthesized cortisol and then stopped, would I become densified to cortisol for a period of time? So here's the thing. It's not just that particular chemical in your body. The things that come along with those chemicals, the side chain stuff, some stay in for your long period of time and some stay less. But the more stress, the more stress you encounter or deal with, the easier it is to deal with. But that's usually because it's like mind over matter. You know that there's going to be a way through. B12 deficiency could be linked to homelessness at this point. I'm being unserious. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely correct. I think it's a huge reason why people get depressed and then people get on drugs and then people get homeless. I think it's absolutely huge. What's up, Xenox? What do you call deer with no eyes? Ground beef. All right, Julio. Is that you, singer man? Deer is venison. Yes. What are your thoughts on CJC 1295? All right, hold on, Jessica. Hold on 1 second. Let's take a look. All right, I want to show you guys what I do here, okay? So talking about polypeptides. Is a selective polypeptide growth hormone, simulates pituitary gland. Okay, so peptides are very, very, very good for you, especially because we drink a lot of chlorine. We wash it, it soaks into our body and it damages our body. So this is one of the big things, the big things about how it works. I'm guessing you're trying to lose weight. I'm guessing. Ghrelin stimulate pituitary gland growth hormone. Or just trying to work, you're working out, trying to gain muscle. But anyway, so and D3. And do you take creatine? There you go. CJ 129 1295. Injectable peptide. Okay. So I'm gonna. I know I say this a lot. Okay. No. Post surgery for the femur. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yes. Stimulate your growth hormone. Listen, what I do every day is my coffee. I take a what's the big one? Tablespoon. A tablespoon of cocoa in my coffee. Pure, straight cocoa. No. I mean, I put sugar in it, but it's not Hershey's. It's straight up, straight cocoa. The more cocoa you have in your body, the higher cocoa flavonoids in your body. It makes more stem cells, free stem cells in your blood, and it can help repair your body. Cocoa and free stem cells. Not Google. There you go. High flavonoid cocoa stimulates the release of stem cells from bone marrow into the bloodstream, aiding in cardiovascular repair and improving circulation. So that just helps everything get through the body better. So okay, sorry, I missed a bunch of people's stuff. What's the biggest achievement of humanity for real? Love. Is the speed of light the limit? It appears to be. But we can really get, for all intents and purposes, yes. What's the badass thing that stress can do? The badass thing stress can do? It can kill you. My name is Rabbi Cohen Shitstein Verminberg. What's the thing that will help with cholesterol? You don't usually need to lower cholesterol. They don't know what they're talking about. High cholesterol, it can be good for you. One of the big problems with people that have cholesterol issues, have clogged arteries, it's not the cholesterol. It's the K2MK7. So you have little pieces in your arteries get hardened, and then they get little specks inside of them that cholesterol can grab onto. But if your K2MK7 is high enough, it tells your body where to put the calcium. So then you don't have areas in your bloodstream for it to catch. You want cholesterol to get to your pancreas, your liver, and your brain. That's what it uses. I know, it's a big freaking shock. A horse walks into a bar and about her says, ground beef. Although I'm not sure if you know this or not, but the house you were in was promised me 3,000 years ago. Therefore, I can take it by any means for his house. Everyone said, thank you, Rabbi. Venison sausage is so good, bro. Two scientists walk into the bar. One orders H2O and says, give me an H2O2. Ground beef. That's a hydrogen peroxide. Per surgery finger. Okay. I eat 2 chicken burgers daily. It's affecting my health. I love them too, brother. No sausage for port wine. I love port wine, cheese, and crackers. I love that stuff. On Ritz crackers, buttery Ritz crackers. Yes, Ritz crackers. Yes. I love them. I heard that flaxseed oil is actually good for cholesterol. I honestly don't really know. I took flaxseed at one point in my life, but I realized that you need good fat. I cook in tallow, and I eat butter. Everything basically that they told you can be wrong. B12 linked to the 2007 Al Mansour Municipal Drainage Subcommittee's deadlock over culvert resurfacing. I don't believe so, my friend. Ton of chocolate. Yeah. Life is a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Speak all you want about healthy food, but nobody's ever going to convert me to vegans. No, vegan's the worst way you can do. The worst thing you can do to your body. I also start this as well. Thank you. I also stack a BPC. Yeah, no, you seem like you're on the right path. But look, a K2MK7. This is very important, Jessica. All right, K2MK7 is highly bioavailable form of B12 that is essential for directing calcium to the bones and teeth while preventing it from depositing in the arteries and soft tissues. Especially while your osteoclasts are repairing your femur, your body's releasing a lot of calcium that's going through your bloodstream to get to the break or the surgery spot, the location. A K2MK7 should be in significant quantities to make sure that the bone, that's very, very important. Albert Einstein and Isaac Newton, who's more intelligent? Isaac Newton. Abso-freaking-lutely. Isaac Newton. I don't even think Einstein was a genius. No, he wasn't. No, he was a scientist. No, he wasn't as genius as he was. Listen, no, he just talked good. Carbs are good. Carbs are good. You have a favorite dinosaur? Lick a lot of puss. How much beef? Gonna ground beef, ground beef, good beef. Genius is the ability to absorb information and repeat it and do something with it. It gets funnier. Trust the process. I would pay money to watch a conversation between you and the vegan teacher. I'm evil. Yes, that wouldn't be good. Someone with an IQ of 140 or higher. I've got an IQ higher than 140. Lamb is smarter than both of them. Lamb is the man. What up, Toyota? Yeah. Listen. Education has turned into a business model. You have companies that invest in colleges so that the people that go to those colleges work for those companies. They don't teach you how to think on your own, and they don't teach you how to learn. They teach you what to learn, but not how to do it successfully. What up, Toyota? I'm a carnivore. Me too, brother Mark. What's the moment of truth? We don't know yet, my friend. Newton created this world. Newton is the Lord. I did not hit her. Toyota Corolla. Do you recall how to learn? Yes. You learn from example. You learn from problem solving. You've got to constantly be engaged. And people are such today. They are afraid of a little bit of discomfort. Discomfort and getting out of that is learning how to do that, and then learning how to use what you've absorbed to make your time on this planet better. Like, you can learn theories that don't help anybody, but it makes people rich. Is what you're doing making somebody more money than you? Is what you're learning helping you, or is it helping somebody else make money? You get so many people that have been told, oh, I got a degree, I don't need no man, but you're broke. And it's like, yeah. Why does myself hate me? Brother, you should not hate yourself. You've got to figure out what is good about you, and you've got to start pushing it and promoting it to your own brain. I'm new to the channel, but I will be subscribing. Yay! Thank you, Jessica. Now, did I have that? I don't know if I posted this in the. Yeah, you guys. If anyone has any questions, you can join the Discord. It's pinned in the chat. If you've got any questions, what I'm on, knowledge is power. Applied knowledge is not power. Exactly right. You can know all you want and die with it, and it doesn't help anybody. You got to help people. Hey, thank you, Zara. What is a universe without consciousness? It's nothing. It's a room with no one in it. Yeah, thank you. All my beef jokes are not good enough for you all. Did matter come out of consciousness, or consciousness come out of matter? Matter came out of consciousness. They get funnier, I promise. I ain't got no man. I ain't broke. You got a partner though, but I'm talking about the marketing, the advertising that's out there from woman to woman and person to person, saying you can do it all on your own. You don't need no. Yeah, that's the people that are telling you that are the people that don't want you competing with them. If you think that you can get where they're at, look at how they got there. They didn't get there on their own, but they're telling you, oh well, I could have. Yeah. I never hated myself. At least I'll put that aside. Being my own best friend is the most important thing. Be your own best friend. Become a friend of your own, and become friends with people that are also friends with themselves. Don't fix broke people, and don't be broken by broke people. If people that enjoy being broken, they just want to spread that. Animals absolutely feel pain. Women buy razors because they're more expensive just to flex. And they're like, look, I can buy a $7 razor. In high school, I hated the system so much, I would pick topics that high school doesn't teach and learn them on my own. Yeah, you're brilliant for that. Absolutely. And this is the thing that I don't understand about people with college. Why? If you know you want to go to college for something, why are you going to college for it right away? Why don't you learn it as much as you can on your own and not take the courses? Save money. But it's free money. No, you do. It's your time. You're wasting your time. We are animals too, absolutely. Just out of spite. I'm going to learn that just out of spite. You know how to change a tire the size of a child, but I can do my own shit. Pleasure and pain. What is it? What is pleasure and pain? They're the rewards and the warnings through life. How can I find a job if I have no friends with no skill? Get skill. Skill. You're not born with skill. Get skill. Get skilled. Yeah, if you and with skill you'll get friends. Don't expect anything for nothing in life at all. Yeah, don't expect anything for nothing. You don't deserve a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. No one deserves anything. They come with success. Success in life is a good partnership with you, your friends, and your community. I'm talking about real communities. I'm talking about communities of people around you that want the best for you. And then once you start working that way, you know, okay, I want this as a job. I want this as a company. I want this. When you start to go towards there, people say, oh man, I wish I was on this dude's team. And then that's how life happens like that. You live 100% in your life with yourself. If you hate yourself, you're 100% living with your enemy. Yeah. What about people born blind and deaf? Yeah, brother. That's a lot of these people are super smart. They have a cross to bear. They have something to conquer in life, and they still are able to do it with those disabilities. Maybe you're destined to be poor. Hey, thank you, Jessica. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jessica. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focused on the pain. Ground beef. That's how I originally got good at math as a kid, because the kid was really annoying and I wanted to be smarter at math than him. Yes. Listen, that's competition. People saying nobody should have to compete for anything. No, that's how competition is required in life. Yeah, absolutely. What's the way you become friends and successful? You need more B12. A video blogger. A vlogger is someone that instead of typing out what their daily go-abouts are, is they video record it. Video blogger. Dollar bills. Thank you, Jessica. I'm the type of person that gets motivated from criticism. I think a lot of people could do that. Yes, agreed. Absolutely. So 145 is the last time I've actually got an actual IQ test, but it's a gap between 142 and 148. So I said 145, but it's a my IQ is one. Who's the most inspiring person for you? Me, my father. Was there a blind and deaf lady went to Harvard? Nothing can stop you. Right? Yeah. The only thing stopping you. Listen, slavery isn't somebody owning somebody. Slavery is you being stuck in your own head. Your head is the only thing holding you back. If you stay alive long enough, you can get done what you need to get done. You might think about, slavery in America, people owned other people. Right, okay, that happened. Are you still stuck there? How are you going to like, you're not in that situation, so how are you going to do the best for you and your family now? People, if you hate your job, you don't ought to not hate it as much. Say, I'm going to use this money to not have to do this anymore. And you set a goal up in the future, and then you see yourself progressing for it. If you're only living for the weekend to party and to spend all your money to have to work and do it over again, you're stuck in a loop. You should always be moving forward. If I took an IQ test, I would fail miserably. Is climate change real? How much? No, it's all bullshit. It's a big scam. It's the same thing about the God thing. People say, this is happening. You can't prove it, but keep giving me enough money. And then look, thank you. You gave us $28 trillion. And look, we're not dead. Apparently it worked. It's a good thing we did all this. Apparently it worked. No, it's the same science scam. Damn, Cohort, that's a holy one, bro. Artificial meat should be nowhere near. Listen, humans don't make the best things. God made meat for cows and such. Don't eat stuff humans make. Most human-made supplements and medicine suck for you. There's a lot more in meat than just the meat. The DNA and everything, your body trading, saying thank you for your time on this planet. I will nourish it to help me, nourish myself with it to help me and my family. The people used to pray before eating, saying thank you for giving me this meal. Thank you for not me going hungry. People don't care. They're like, no, I deserve because I farted once. My IQ is so high, I'm eligible for the honors program. It's delicious. My IQ is B12. What up? Why? Arctic fish, eel meat. I try to speak Y words. Everybody gets old. Weirdo. We almost dismissed B12 supplements by calling them unnatural. I'm messing with you. They are natural. Here's an egg. Is pollution real? Air pollution is right. Consequences of that. Sure. Absolutely. Climate. The problem is with the climate crisis scam is We can make very small detectable changes, but we're willing to bow down and be spanked because other countries are putting out way, way, way more and then causing us to be affected by that. So if we took some of the manufacturing from one area and spread it out a little bit, we could be able to control that. But we're saying the world's going to end and we don't have any control over it. So they're doing carbon credits. So we're just paying money? How's that helping anybody? Well, no, it takes more oil and gas to make a solar panel, to create a solar panel. It takes more oil and gas to create one than the solar panel, the amount of energy that solar panel will make in its lifetime would ever reset. It's a scam. If you do not bounce back, if you don't bounce back, you go hungry. I'm going hungry. Why do people believe in paranormal things? Brother, I think some people actually believe what they're seeing. You know, schizophrenia is a real thing. I've never thought about the DNA in artificial meat. Good point. We talk about lizard snakes and our most curious pets. How you doing, Dave? What up, B2B? Dishwasher safe. DJ Ooze. What up, Nunyak? Nunyak. A dolphin. Get the harpoon. Honestly, I think part of what's making my life feel dull is that most people agree with me all the time. People disagree with me, makes my brain think. Yes. You should have someone that you should have people in your life that push you for constant change. Stagnation is rot. You're constantly pushing you to do things, not things you don't want to do, if you know what I mean. Pushing you to say, well, let's figure this out. Let's do that. Why can't you do this? And then be like, okay, now I can do that. Yeah, you've got to be able to confront stuff and overcome it. That's how you get you feel yourself maturing. You get more ways through more. You find more ways through more obstacles. Yeah, absolutely. You need somebody that'll be like, no, you can do it. No, you can do it. And why don't you just do it for me? No, come on, you can do it. You can do it. And they don't just say you're a stupid. They push you positively towards good. You have a very expressive face and a great voice for us entertaining. Thank you. Thank you, Dave, brother. Thank you, Dave. Common Sense says we should move to sustainable clean energy stuff. No, it doesn't. You don't understand what you're talking about, Sonu. The clean energy stuff is dirtier. It's dirtier. You still need power to make the clean energy stuff. And the amount of power that's used making the clean energy stuff does more damage than the clean energy stuff offsets. I remember when a friend of mine went to the mental hospital in high school and my entire friend kept seeing him here in the halls. Group hallucination. Hey, that's absolutely a thing. Absolutely a thing. I'm going to fight a squid on stream. Do it, D2B2B. Chill, bro. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, nice. We got to... I think maybe it's because I don't have any kids, like the nature part of me is expecting to like teach my kids how to walk and crawl and learn and stuff like that. So I'm kind of just doing that. And I mean, I didn't make a decision to do that or not, but I want to, I know a lot of stuff. I've learned how my body works. And my life only got better, and they're not teaching this stuff. And everything you see on TV and on the internet is to take your money and make you need to keep taking it over and over again. But I think it's just, I have a different kind of logic, and I don't give a shit about people that don't understand what they're talking about with politics and stuff, because they're willing to jump into a fire for something that's not beneficial. It's absolutely crazy. It looks to me that they're just trying to reduce competition. You'll never convince them, Richard. I think nuclear coal is bad. Yeah. Nuclear is the best thing we can do. Sustainable energy is great when it's done right, which I hope to study eventually after architecture. I don't think that was a degree in resources for free. No, right. No. So here's the thing. The money made off of the education system, the curriculums that were sold to kids that will never make money off of it, was vast. They said, here's a new problem. Let's teach 100 million kids how to solve it in our theoretically. And they sold hundreds of millions of dollars worth of courses, and people will never do anything with that. We've got the companies and everything and the manufacturing around the world set up. If it was actually the end of the world, the people in every country would come together, because now their money would mean nothing, because the world's going to end in 5 years. They're not. It's not. It's crap. They sold you a bunch of stuff. They sold you a bunch of... Now listen, the thing is, sustainable is different. Coal is sustainable. If coal was created blah 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 years ago, then coal is still being created. It's just the one that was 10,000 years and 4 days ago is now being 10,000 years and 3 days ago. So it's still being converted over and converted around. It's like they don't say anything about this. They say, no, we have it. They when they sell it like there's a limited supply. But we're finding so much more that we've got more than like 1,000 years of coal use. Natural gases we can use that burn very clean. But what's considered sustainable, people have to understand that you don't buy a solar panel and it comes out of the store like that. That's got to have been created. And what does it make? What does it cost carbon footprint wise to create these things? And it's more than they offset. Now I think it's going to get better, especially in the upcoming with solar, especially adding more silver to solar, because you'll have a lower resistance, which means you'll turn more sun power into actual energy. And then the new sodium ion batteries that hold more and get less hot because they've got more silver in them will also make that a much closer step. And then that can be, once you create that, then you can create stuff for the masses. But you need to be able to create a way to run the factories to make the sustainable stuff. That's step one. You can't use a coal-fired plant to make your solar panels and then sell them to people by shipping them around the world in oil tankers, oil burning. And you're using more than you'll ever save out of each one. You need to be able to find a way that's efficient enough to use the sun or wind to run the factory that makes the sun and wind stuff. And we're nowhere near that. I used to hallucinate all the time. 7 Voices agreed with me. The JEE advanced exam. Oh, damn it. Can't remember what it stands for. Junior electrical engineer. Joint entrance examination. Wow. Oh, India. Sorry. Yes. I've talked to a lot of people about this. Yes. Stress. I'm not. I disagree with you. I think greenhouse effect is not real. Hold on. I disagree with you. You think greenhouse effect is not real. Okay. The greenhouse effect is a natural process where atmospheric gases, primarily water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous, trap the heat. Okay, now let's talk about this. What affects it the most? Water vapor and methane. What are we putting money towards? Carbon dioxide. They take something that exists and they take that piece of evidence and they paint you a picture to get your money. Yes, the greenhouse effect is a thing. Absolutely. I've got 2 greenhouses. Of course it's a thing. But the globe isn't... They screwed up the scam in the beginning. It used to be called global cooling or then global warming, then climate change. I'm old enough to have seen the scams come and go and come and go. It doesn't... Listen, this planet... Energy is converted. We're not... Yeah, nuclear is the way to go. You actually do look a little like Epstein. I don't think I do. Epstein's got it. Yeah, okay, let's pull him up. How old's Epstein? Fasting. Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. So this is how you know they're full of shit. I don't look anything like that guy. He's got gray hair. I don't even dye my hair. But here's the thing. Carbon dioxide is such a small part of the greenhouse effect on the planet. Methane, which they're not touching, and water vapor, which they're not touching. It's how they're marketing the problem to you and telling you to fix it. And then other countries are completely ignoring it. How to test IQ? You gotta take an IQ test, my brother. Yeah, do an IQ test. What's up, Ariel? Yeah, and the credit. Yeah, not a Facebook one. I care a lot about the environment. I can't solve every problem with this, but I know I can help architecture, design, buildings, don't disrupt the ecosystem. Listen, no, Katra, absolutely. This is not. I'm not saying don't use these things. I'm saying you're not a failure when you don't save the earth from it, because it's not going to be a problem. You should absolutely do that. I use solar. Absolutely. I use solar heat and solar electricity. Solar power. Absolutely. I use hydro farming. Absolutely. I do sustainable processes. I'm talking about policy. Government should stay the hell out of it, because it's not a crisis for the earth. They're scaring a bunch of people, forcing them to buy a certain way, to spend a certain way. And that's not it. It's not it. They're just making companies that they align with a lot of money. What's up, my fellow cosmonaut? I'm pregnant with Richard's intelligence. The head of the Facebook IQ test tells me I'm familiar to Marge Simpson. What beta? What up, zib? How does Earth's magnetic field protect from solar radiation? Okay, so we have a iron nickel core that spins. It's like spinning a magnet, all right? Like it's in an electric field, it creates a magnetic field. That creates the magnetosphere around the Earth. So it's a magnetic field around the actual globe of the Earth, the globe shape of the Earth, the planet. And then when radiation radioactive particles comes in, they would bounce off or be severely slowed, therefore losing energy. And then they're not energetic enough to do damage when they hit the surface. IQ test go with Ravens Progressive. There you go. RPM. Iceland. Hey, Thor and Griddle. What's going on? Hermels. I'm wondering what's for dinner. And but no, listen. Katra, if I was to design a building, I would absolutely use solar and whatnot for competition. I would say I lowered my footprint more than yours, but not to save the earth, because that's just a scam. But yeah, absolutely, I'd want to be able to say, invest this into it. Set up the angles, the way you were talking about the ducted ventilation. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I would absolutely use sustainable designs. But the big problem is wood is still the best thing to use to build on this planet. And they tell you, no, I don't want you to cut it down. So then we'll cut it down and we'll use it. What up, cat? Oh, geez, I'm way behind. Good old trees, boy. Liberal trigger. Look at this guy. I'm not arguing with you. No. No. We all good. Hey, Jizzle. Jesus Christ is King, David. How a cosmonaut different than an astronaut? Cosmonauts from Russia. Are you gay? I'm not gay. The government is a problem in some areas. Why wind catchers are illegal in places like Arizona, so air conditioning companies can yes. Air conditioning companies can profit. Slightly concerned, I might need to study law for my goal. Yeah, that listen, the lawyers are who's winning. They don't care about the immigrants or the illegal immigrants. Nobody cares about that. They want them caught so that they get to go to court, so the lawyers get paid from the government. The lawyers win. Absolutely. They don't care about none. Listen, they'll send you to war to die. You think they care about somebody from some other country? No. Do you know the Bible tells us stuff before science learns it? A lot of times the Bible leads people to find the science that they're looking for. I took a test. What'd you get? Brick is my favorite materials building. It's not really used anymore because it's not as efficient to build with. I think it's beautiful too. Those notes sounded automated. Auto-tuned. That's a broad range. I do have a pretty broad range. My disability? I don't have one. I don't have one. I got a big nose, I guess. And I got a big nose. Oh, nope. Autobots, activate. Didn't pay for the results yet. Yeah, that's a scam too. I hate all of it. My oldest sister is thinking of studying law, so maybe I'll be able to team up with her at some point. Yeah, you should have a lawyer in the family. Absolutely. What's your source of information? My source of information? Everything, brother. Listen, I had a girlfriend in high school. Antarctica. I've never been to Antarctica. I'd love to go. Ain't no ants up there, bro. So when I dropped out of high school after 11th grade, I had a girlfriend who was just finishing up 12th grade, and she had to go to summer school for 2 months to graduate, to walk. So when we woke up in the morning, I would walk across out of her backyard into the library, the Anne Arundel County Public Library, and she would walk to school. And I just started reading Encyclopedia Britannica from A to addendum, appendix addendum, and I just read everything. I skimmed through a lot of stuff I read, and I would start thinking of things. I would go in. Listen, when I was young, we had computers, but when you turn the computers on, you had a blinking cursor. If you wanted the computer to do something, you programmed it. So I learned how to say, I want something done. How do I solve the problem? What math do I need? I failed Algebra 1 multiple times. So I don't know it. I learned the math that I needed for that problem. And that's a better way to learn than to say, hey, sit here and frickin'. I feel like I'm in the 130s. I do a ton of those. I don't feel like I'm in the 130s. What up? Yes, it's life. Yes, absolutely. I learned from my environment. Spirit of the machine. Ants aren't Ica. Yeah, he's helpful. Ground beef. And in my days, I used to walk 4,000 miles to school. I climbed mountains, blizzards everywhere. A dog tried to bite me, and I had to fight him off with only my knuckles. How rare is it to go into space? How rare is it to go into space? Would it change soon? Like, could anyone travel with money if it was cheap enough? Yeah, dude. I think within the next 10 years, you're going to be able to spend like 10 grand to go to space, maybe 50. Yeah, I think people are going to get to low Earth orbit within the next 10 years. Can you tell the kiddos how evil the EPA is? Freaking evil. Listen, they are only there to profit the companies of the buddies in there. They don't help anything. Look, in Baltimore, they're pumping shit into the freaking Potomac. It's been broken, and because Trump's president, they won't ask him for help. Because Trump is president, they're poisoning their people because, and this is what I'm talking about, they would rather let people die than be like, oh, we need President Trump's help. Are you my friend? Yes, I'm your friend, Anders. I was taught by a machinist, and he later taught an engineer, automation innovator. My dad, right? That's me too, brother. Me too. I read all 2.5 sets of our family encyclopedias too, brother. So I had the Americana white edition, blue edition, and I had a set, about a half a set, because I was missing most of the books, of the Peanuts Charlie Brown encyclopedia. That's crazy. I had 2.5 sets also. That's crazy. Richard, they hate me for my wit and intelligence. Yes, they do. Keep fighting, brother. Oh, Jim Bomb. There aren't many of us, apparently. No. How to test any information? Everything breaks down to its ultimate. Oh, damn it. I used to have a saying for this too. I forgot what it was. There's an ultimate amount of parts you can break something down to, a minimal amount of parts that make anything work, anything happen. And you have to just break everything out. What caused this? What caused this? What caused this? What caused this? Frozen pizza, chicken, stir fry. Oh, I've got so many options I can't choose. The stir fry will go bad. Yep, that's the way it works. Do you go to space or do you need a passport? I guess it all depends where you take off and land from. I guarantee you'll need some sort of training. They'll find a way to profit off of it besides the trip. Now I do this for work, Shadow. I teach the masses. Jump smells so nasty. The future looks bright. Yes, listen, people sell. It's easy to sell fear and anxiety. It's easy. It's easy for people to tell you the world's going to end unless you elect them, fund them. It's easy. It's easy. It's just words. But look at everything. How much people are investing. If the world was really going to end, people would be hoarding their money, not investing it all over the place, especially not in things that say that we need investments to save the world. Watch the money. Watch the resources. What do you think the Challenger didn't make it to space? The O-ring. Yeah, the O-ring, 100%. So, if you know about how the booster rockets are built, between each segment of the booster rocket was a rubber O-ring to seal them together. And it was very, very, very cold. And the plastic rubber that made up the O-ring got brittle. It didn't expand properly to fill the gap. When the metal, the aluminum, as it gets hotter and colder, it expands and contracts. The O-ring's supposed to too, but the O-ring stayed frozen so that the fuel was leaking out of the side of it. And then when that caught fire, it started spraying into the central tank of the Challenger, drilled a hole right through the side of it, just like with a blowtorch, and then boom. The EPA wants to legalize lead again. Bruh, lead as an artist. I might end up being Da Vinci. My mother liked Peanut Comets. Yeah, I was a fan. If only they deregulate mercury too. Are you Edwin van der Sar? I don't know who that is. Edwin van der Sar. I was hoping this was a joke. Wow, that looks more like lamb. Lovely lamb lunch than me. You got to see him. You got to see Lovely Lamb lunch. EPA doesn't want to legalize lead. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. I think they're talking about using it for lubrication, but we'll see. I got a lot. Yeah, a lot. This is what I love. Curiosity. You get a bunch of. The worst thing is when you have stupid people act like they know stuff. Like they're not curious. Why do we have all these people telling us how the world's going to go when they're too dumb to get their own life straight? They're too stupid to figure out how to sort out their household. And they want to tell us how to run the world. And when we try to tell them, instead of them being curious how we can make things better, they're just telling you what somebody else told them will make things better without ever looking at everything. My heart is on fire tonight. Thank you, girl. All right, Lamb. Oh, damn, I'm way behind. Tax Richard's talking $4,000 right now. Agenda, I don't even know what 2030 is. Agenda 2030. Let me see. Agenda 2030. It's probably a lot of stuff. Are you talking about the World Economic Forum stuff? Let's see. Sustainable development docked by 1530. Whoever plan to eradicate. Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. Listen, never. Whenever they say eradicate poverty, they're full of shit. Rich people want all of the poor people's money. The way this works is you say, I want to solve a problem. Racism, poverty, whatever. So then you start a company, or your girlfriend or husband or boyfriend starts a company, a non-profit, saying, okay, we're going to help all these people that whatever. Poverty. And then you give them hundreds of millions of dollars and the money goes nowhere. This is why they'll never properly give out reparations for blacks in America. So this is what will happen. They'll say, okay, we're going to give reparations to blacks, but we need to distribute it properly. So we're going to start a bunch of organizations that'll be tasked with finding the previous ancestors of slaves in America, and then you'll get a bunch of fake people putting in fake things saying this is that, all the money will be gone. That's what'll happen. That's the scam. It happens with every single help people scam. People don't want to help you. They don't want to help you at all. You got to help yourself. Perfect remedy for have a few for fears, a few shots of tequila. Up the dose. You do like Freak de Jong? I keep freaking Freak de Jong. I don't know who that is. Who are these people? Yeah, never trust rich people to help poor people. No. Oh, yeah, I do kind of look like him. He looks like an older version of me. Wow. Thank you, brother. I know there's a heavy metal club in London. I almost went there when I was. Are you aware that NASA's trying to get the moon since the Challenger? Are you aware that NASA's trying to get the moon? Oh, yeah, they're trying to get there now. They're talking about SpaceX wants to work together with NASA to put the hop spot on the moon, to go from the Earth to the moon, then the moon to Mars. Yeah, they're talking about that right now. Everything is going towards automation because everything seems to be a lack of techs and engineers. Normalize sexiness. All right, girl. It's a discreet little drinking club. That's where you're heading to? I'd rather be the metal club. It sounds nice. Goalkeeper. Okay, that was it. Okay, what do you think about Steve Jobs? I think they killed his ass. You're not the father of a lot of people do not have. You're the father a lot of people do not have. Thank you, man. Thank you. I've tried. That's what I'm trying to do. So many people are lost and they need some sort of guidance. And if I can guide you in any way, I'll help. When I say discreet, I meant that with the English understatement. We should normalize proper research. ChatGPT, I fear, will cause huge void of people. No, absolutely. Listen, absolutely. And they're just going to teach kids how to use ChatGPT, just like they taught them how to use Google. And they're going to be lost because then they're going to say that they know something before they know it because they know that they can get the knowledge somewhere. So they'll just start acting like they know stuff. And that, imagine how bad that is already now. The political climate we're in right now with a bunch of dumbasses that think they know something because if they wanted to, they could just get the knowledge right now. Yeah, it's crazy. Civil engineers get paid a lot to walk around with a clipboard. They absolutely do. But they also find the rusty spots. I see, lol. Sounds like a good time indeed. Then sounds like you're going to speakeasy. Is AI just an aggregator of sorts? It's yes. It aggregates already existing stuff. And then it uses neural nets to try to figure out what of already existing data in the data sets to publish. Why does the government got to complicate everything so much? You take real life, you take human nature, you take something out of it, and then you overcomplicate it to tell people that the only way this can work is is to elect them, help them, and pay them for it. And then they'll sell it back to you. That's the way it works. Al Capone runs it. I haven't watched the news since 2017. What up, Blanco? Camden has all the metal clubs. And who is Al Capone? What? You don't know who Al Capone is? The famous gangster from America? Italian mobster? Al Capone. Al Capone. Wow. I forget how much younger you are. He died in 1947. What is love? Love is life. I have been to Roundhouse Camden, the Jazz Cafe. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. I'm an OG. If you don't go to any of those metal bars, I actually like that song. There you go. We got a bunch of people who like hanging out with each other. All right, goodbye off. The wife needs me. All right, Kahora. I've never been to Camden for metal. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh yes, he lives in London, I believe he said. Yeah, you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your ground beef. And your crying face, RQ. I guess you're a fellow metalhead. Now I'm Welsh, but I moved to Bath for university. It's the metal scene's pretty good. You look like the Nabber from Black Phone. Okay, I'm off now. I look like Richard. Yeah, I'm Keith Richards. I'm looking like Keith Richards. I thought you meant at the moment. I'm sure you do. All right, who did I look like? Look like Nabber from Black Phone? The Nabber from Black Phone. Hold on. The Grabber? Huh. I do kind of look like it. Wow, you kind of got my nose. That is a legend. Al Capone. What is trust? Trust is an understanding. Trust is an understanding that only truth will be divulged. Trust is an understanding. I'm jealous. I live in the U.S. and metal clubs are sparse around here. I don't look like Leonardo DiCaprio. He's got a big old round face. I got a long face. Look at that big old round face of his. I got this freaking wackadoo going on. What's up, girls? I ain't looking at anything. Other pics. Okay, hold on. We'll look them up. Hold on. Sorry. Other pics of this guy here. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh, okay. I thought you just meant completely with the... Wow, I do kind of look like that guy. Look at the hair. It looks awesome. I'm going to make an entrance. Yes, everything is a lie and a scam. Everything. If you've been told it freely for nothing, it's a scam. Everything is. Yes, everything. You can't trust the people in control. Europe just appreciates metal more. Okay, think about this. If you live in northwest India and you got no internet and no television to know anything, does any of this matter? Does global warming matter? Does any of this? No. Your life is going to be, you're going to wake up, you're going to milk your cows, you're going to tend to your vegetable gardens and whatnot. You're going to make love, you're going to make babies, you're going to go to bed, you're going to wake up and you're going to enjoy life. No one's going to come out to you and stick a sensor in your cow's butt and tell it it's farting too much because the world's got to be saved. If people will listen to it and send their money and send their votes, they take a theory and they because they act so stupid, like politicians act so dumb that's like, oh, maybe they just mistranslated the science. Well, why are they the ones telling us the science? Cardiff, I'd recommend the Metal Club. You don't want to be like Leo. He dates one. Yeah, I'm not down with that. The hair. Yeah, I agreed with that one. Yeah. I know how to enter a club. Do powerful people fool other people? Yes. Most powerful people got powerful from fooling other people. That's how they got powerful, and they want to stay powerful. You look like Dr. B from Tekken. Hold on here. Dr. B from Tekken. I do. All right, maybe a little bit. Huh, maybe. I could probably fight like him. Look at the muscles. There we go. Hold on, look at that. That's me. Yeah, okay, I agree. I don't know. I've been back to London. Dude was so... when I saw that... Richard! All right, see you later. I hate London. Only go for concerts. Depends. So no, nothing is ever truly black and white. You got to think beyond the surface and the rainbows. Right. This is why we're not taught. We're taught to do what we're told. Solve the problem how we're told to solve it. Yeah, we're not taught how to break everything down. Why do you hate it? Because you have how bloody expensive it is? Believe me, you know when the lamb is in the house. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. That's exactly right, narrow way, my friend. The narrow through the narrow door, the narrow gate into the garden. Taxi ride in London. I'm looking, I imagine you dancing through the doors, lamb. You know he does. Thank you, Nora. I think I do too. Thank you very much, Nora. It's super busy. Went to Slipknot's 25th anniversary. Yeah, they've been around forever, huh? Hell yeah, lamb. Dancing. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's see. Okay, it's 7 o'clock. All right, everybody. I'm going to wrap it up here in just a couple of minutes. If you guys are interested, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. And there's a Discord here. I'll post it again here on my way out. If you guys are interested, anybody's on Twitch, I appreciate you guys there too. If you'd like to see the full screen stuff, I'm only doing the widescreen here on YouTube. But here's a link to all the Jamalatus 5000s. Destroy the dance floor, brother. Adoption or foster care. I'd give someone already exists a home for making my own. Yeah, no, absolutely. Help people out however you can. If you've chosen not to have birth children, but you have the wherewithal to help children, absolutely do. I used to do the math, but I would still do it different than a teacher, but still completed the problem. I didn't teach the way it was wrong. Right. They used to tell us to show our work, and then they would mark the problem wrong when the answer was correct. That's when I was like, well, I'm on to your bullshit. Yeah, absolutely. I'm confused. I need to rethink about many concepts I thought to be true, but physics, maths can't lie. People can. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. This is why people do lie, especially on things that cannot be proven. If they say, just give me enough money and I'll figure it out. And then you give them enough money, like, we're almost there. 5 more years, $10 million more dollars will prove that there's blah, 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 blah. And that's the way it works. And it keeps going. We'll keep getting rid of racism. We'll keep getting rid. Yeah, sure you will. I don't work in radio. I have worked in radio on the back end, never on the mic. Here in Georgia. I don't know that story, Zara. Self-care, sweetheart. Bro and broettes. I don't know. I think it's 800 or something. I got no idea. I've only played online twice, and I played it on stream. He looks like a vegan teacher. Yeah, I get that a lot. I don't like chess. I'm a checkers kind of ho. What up? Hello, Auto Passion Automobile. Hello, USA. Oh yeah, I was notorious for being technically correct when I got into arguments with teachers. They were right. They were also said so. Right? Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. And here's the problem: when you have teachers that are teaching from the teacher's edition of the teacher's guide, the book that tells them the answers to the problems, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. And they can't help you. And if you make them feel dumb, they just want to destroy your time at school. I'm just messing around. You have an acting voice, very expressive. Thank you, Nora. Thank you. My precious. Thank you, my precious. Little did they know they just poured water on an oil fire when it comes to your motivation. Yes, that's the way it should be. Get stuff done. 2,000. Jeez. I ain't playing you. Not on stream, at least. Thank you. I think you're right, sweetheart. Absolutely. If anyone's got any more questions, go ahead and ask away, and then we'll wrap it up here real quick. Let's see. 7:08. If every bad app, every day is a going close behind safe positive, sweetie. So when it comes to people in life and people on the internet, there's an old saying, trust but verify. That's why I try to run my stream the way I do. John Wick, that's me, brother. What's up? Hi, bro. Most people learn only as far down the page as the title. They only know the headline. They don't know what's going on. And when they have people that are degreed, I can't say educated, but degreed or colleged, they get uncomfortable when they're proven wrong because they paid money for those lies. And this is why we've got such a violent society. If you started the stream, it started the stream over. I missed whatever you said in my comments. Okay, hold on. Let me say, little did I know they poured wire on motivation. No, that's how it should be. That's how it should be. You should be motivated to know more. When you understand you're different, when you understand you're different from these people, it doesn't have to be in a bad way. But you say, okay, you have teachers that teach from the learning guide. It says, here's the math problem on page 7, and here's the answer. They don't know anything outside of that. What's printed on the page on their teacher's edition is what they want to see on your paper, because they don't know if you did it right or not. It doesn't match their book. So it doesn't make sense to them, and therefore you did something wrong or you cheated, because they don't know it. So yeah, it should be like, no, I'm going to learn this. Anyone else like you? They aren't inspired by their subjects. No, they're only there. Little Woody. Welcome back, Little Woody. And teachers wonder why students aren't happy in school. Subscribe, USA. Thank you very much. French. Hey, thank you, my French friend. Thank you, my brother. I literally read the entire Frankenstein book. Was discussing a very particular part of the book, and teachers said that didn't happen. And then when I knew the part, right. They only know what's in the book, and then all of your schoolmates only know that. That's only cursory. That's only shallow. That's surface level, not education. You can learn so much more. This is why I never liked sitting for an hour in a subject, hour. Because if I learn about something and then I want to take a deep dive, I should be able to take a deep dive. But they don't want you. No, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. No. I'm hungry for this. No. No, that's not the way it works. They're stifling your growth. You determine what you do. You should ask for fees to talk for people. You're doing a great job. God bless you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. My entire education wasn't challenging that repeatedly. High school, I finally got teachers that encouraged me to challenge crap. It's a challenge crap. Right. Nature versus nurture. I'd be like this, I guess. Right. Yeah, you're doing it. You're doing great. What's for dinner tonight, Richard? I'm thinking chili. I got a big old pot of chili. My ex liked Frankenstein, missed the sexy MFer. And my primary education is proof because I never got encouragement to challenge. Right. Listen, encouragement and challenge is what lights the fire. You're just nearly, is school over yet? Is it over? And that's not a way to learn. That just goes in one ear and out the other. Whatever you got to remember. Open book tests, all that. That's a horrible way to learn. I think the reason I know so much is because that's not how I learned. Recommend some books for you to read? Dude, okay, listen. Okay. Obviously, whether you're religious or not, read the Bible. Read it, even if it's fairy tales or whatever. Most of our government and world runs off of what was in that book. If you want to know where you're at in the world and the government and the laws around you, where they come from and how to benefit from that, understand that that's where it comes from. And then your own books in your own nations. If you're Hindu, If you're Muslim, whatever, understand the books that your legal system is based after, because everybody will lie to you about laws. They'll tell you about stuff that doesn't. They'll say we need a law for this, but it already exists. So understand that. That will teach you how people learned and how people got. That's a great thing to do. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, another great freaking book. I understand the Bible could be a big read, but yes, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a great book. Absolutely, it teaches you about how people are, and how outside government will just want to come and bulldoze your planet, and there's a lot of good stuff in there. Thank you, Zara. Zara's manless. They also have a hard time find passion to teach you the stress of the profession. Yeah, and they aren't paid enough. I agree, 100%. I never got encouragement as a kid, and I challenged the F out of my poor teacher. They were like, I don't get paid for this. Yes, Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein. Frankenstein's a great book. Yeah, listen, all the oldies. I don't have a modern book I would really reference. Read the encyclopedias. Stay away from political stuff. It's like politics takes truth and bends it for their own benefit. So you won't even learn what's real. And then when people tell you what's real, you'll fight them because you'll think they're wrong. Because I learned this in school. Unpunished and Vitas. There you go. Yeah, no, I'm not Upanishad. Those are the Hindu. That's actually, you guys should be praying in a couple of minutes, right? Was it supposed to be 6? Oh, maybe it's after. Watch my video, you commie. I didn't see that. Oh, there it is. You commie. Let's see, where am I? You commie. Uh-oh, what happened? Where's your freaking thing at? There it is. You commie. Oh, jeez. What's going on here with this guy? This is memes. So it's time for recess, guys. Hold on.
Hey, where the fuck is the extra fudge I paid for?
Oh, frickin' space cow.
Hey!
Frickin' space cow, you crazy ass. Biography of equals MC squared by David. That I would study as much science as you can stomach. Absolutely. The problem is you've got to study science from the point of view, understanding that when theology or comes into play, they cannot prove that God doesn't exist. So if they won't concede that fact, they're probably being deceptive. And you'll learn more about how the world works, even on the molecular level, from people that are honest, that aren't trying to bend their words because they don't want to accidentally say creator or something. It absolutely helps you. No effing way. You're alive. I'm alive. How do we know complete physics? Listen, brother, the Principia was written in what, 1665? And we made the nuclear bomb in 1945. We've understood physics. It's not modern people that did this stuff that we're reading. This stuff's 100 years old or more. Smart people are smart people. You got more educated people. That means more people learned lies. They learned it. Yes, you can read the old stuff. Go back to the Principia. Read the Principia. I need friends like you. More good night. Bye, Uncle. Bye. All right, Fabian. I wish I could be friends with this guy. You can be friends, Brianna. YouTube is not real. YouTube, more alcohol. You can't prove a negative. Right. Right. And the thing is, if they're willing to say that they can, they're a liar. So that what else are they lying about? So find out people that are willing to be deceitful and deceptive and stay away from them. One of these streams should be analyzing the history of the entire world, I guess, video. Hey, let's do it. It would probably take multiple streams for FYI. What's FYI stand for? For what it's worth? For your information. The point is it's hilariously simplified. All right, let's watch it. We can watch it later on tonight if you guys want to. Be your own best friend. A lot of dimensions. Be your own best friend. Listen, absolutely. You have to be someone people want to be friends with. You have to be someone that people want to date. Be that person. Be the person that people want to be friends with. But by being who you want to be friends with. There are a lot of people in this world. Just because the people that are currently around you don't want to be friends with you, don't change to be, because that's not you. And then you'll be used and you'll change and you'll be, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where I'm going. I'm lost. Yeah, you're lost because you lied to yourself. It's hailing in southeast Michigan right now. It's hailing like ice balls. You send it on the Discord. I believe soulmates. I believe in that too, as soulmates. If creator exists, no one really knows what the purpose he created is for and why he placed you. Right? It doesn't matter. That part doesn't matter. But the part that matters is you can use it as a litmus test. If people are willing to lie about it, then they're willing to lie. Stay away from liars. Right? So that's what I'm saying. Whether you're religious or not, none of that matters. The point is there is a truth, and the truth is they cannot prove we're not created. If they say they can and they just need more money, they just are getting your money. And they're painting pictures. They're writing stories to get your money. They can't prove it. So they've proven themselves to be deceptive, dishonest. Oh, how do I change my Grindr profile? How do I change my Grindr profile picture to straight? Did I just straighten you out? Did you take AP-ness? It's cool. I didn't take AP-ness. When do you go live again after this? See you later. So, yeah, I'll go, by 8 o'clock. It's 20 after 7 right now. So I'm going to eat dinner and then. But it's fallacious to believe in God on the basis of the inexistence. Can't be proven. Obviously, you can't prove inexistence. Right. But when people say they can, they're lying about their knowledge. So they're not actually as smart as they say they are. They're trying to convince you that they're smart. Friendship is a beautiful gift. The most beautiful gift besides love. But you can love your friends. How do you feel about AOC fumble? Horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Listen. AOC is proving to me to be fake it till you make it material. Listen, she got on the world stage and she didn't know what she was talking about. I don't think it was just a fumble. I don't think she knows what she's talking about. I just don't think so. That's not her only fumble like this. And I'm not talking about people like Trump actually accidentally calling South Africa, South America, or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about she didn't have an answer. She was going waiting for them to change. When when somebody asks me something that I know about, I'm open and ready to go and I spill as much information as I can. She didn't have it and she wasn't nervous. She's not used to being pressed. She's not used to being asked questions. She's used to having people on her side just because girl power. It's horrible because because she could have grown so much as a human and a politician, and she didn't. She had all these years to learn all this stuff. If I can know it, or at least a good amount of it, and then I'm not even privy to a lot of the information, then she sure the hell can. We're all from Adam and Eve. Friendship is chemistry. Yes. Nivek, my 45-year-old bad teacher right now, my junior year message for friends. 19-year-old brother was a grinder just after he graduated. He was his homeroom teacher for 4 years too. Stop fueling the live to go. Let him out. Go eat. Sorry. We'll finish up here. AOC almost misheard as AO3. Richard, you should definitely look into that. Don't save yourself. Yeah, I'm not looking into that. We all from Adam and Eve people actually read the beginning of the Bible. And they would see why the world is broken. All right, this is one of the things that's interesting, and listen, it was in my mid-40s before I even considered it to even be possible. But it was studying geology and fossil records, and then when you learned that all that's a lie, it's all somebody just painted a picture. Like the whole point of the fossil record was saying the reason we don't find soft tissue is because soft tissue can't last millions of years. Well, 2004, we found a Tyrannosaurus Rex. This lady did, so girl power. She found a Tyrannosaurus Rex with deep partial DNA, partial red blood cells, and soft tissue. So either it's not 20 million years old, or they were completely wrong about all this time and everything we know about geology is wrong. And this came out in 2004, 22 years ago, and they still haven't changed how they teach it. Because they've printed millions of books, taught millions of classes. I don't know. I think theologists lie even more than the Torah itself can be interpreted as marketing. I agree too. I agree. Yeah, no, 100%. No, and I don't think, I'm not saying follow theologists, theologians. I'm saying be your own. Like, I hate one of the things that pisses me off about when people say, well, I'm not a scholar. Well, be a scholar. You don't have to, if you have people that are representing their religion, but then when you ask them a question, they just, I'm not a scholar, I'm not a scholar, I'm not a scholar. And you can tell because after you ask 70 of them and they all say the same thing, you know it's a prompted response. They don't know what they're talking about. And if it was taught that way, it was taught that way. It's kind of simple for you if you think creator created us to explore the world and we go back to tell him what was the experience to create. That, dude, bro, that's where I'm at. Listen, I started a Minecraft server right here, and that's exactly what's happening. I created that world, and people come into that world, and then they come online and they tell me what they created, and then I can end that world. But I could also copy their user files over to another server and run Hightail, and it makes you even feel even closer. But that's just Minecraft, yes. But it's a world where people go in and interact, and they fight, and they build stuff, and they destroy stuff. Yes, propaganda. Yeah, I get angry. But, yeah, I get angry. Islam's the truth. Slinks. Leroy Jenkins. He was just here a few minutes ago. He went drinking. He'll be back. Have you ever heard of the 2K25? Yeah. History of the entire world, I guess, is iconic. I watch it multiple times, though. It's many inaccuracies because it skips over a lot, but it's also legit entertaining. All right, we'll watch it. Watch it at 8 o'clock. I'll keep going for a couple minutes. Let me read up the chat here. Favorite quote. Hey, you could make a religion out of this. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I said, you're talking about the cartoon one, right? The guy that he draws like the guy in the red shirt with the white circle head. I'm pretty sure. If that's what we're talking about. I'm pretty sure. A true friend is not one who walks beside you uncomfortable, but one who stands firm when your mind trembles. Friendship is not an attachment, it's alignment of the souls walking towards the truth. The problem is, oh my God. I agree. Dude, we need philosophy of curiosity. We need philosophy. Yes. Philosophy is how you humanize the explanations of the world. Absolutely. You definitely need it. It's how we consume and we answer the questions for why we're here. The problem when you get rid of philosophy and they're like, we're just star farts. People are making excuses for why it's okay to hurt people. I've never heard good people put, at this point, who even knows what religion is the truth at this point? I just money grab or waste of time, which is something you can't get back, but the Bible doesn't outline what they do. Right. You have people taking the Bible because so many a billion plus people, 1.5 billion on earth read it. And so if they want to know how to manipulate those people, they're using that knowledge because they know what these people are thinking because it's in that freaking book. There's no confusion. You know what people think because when you ask them about this, how are they going to respond? Well, that's how it is. It's in the Bible. And same thing, they're doing it with other books. The Quran, absolutely. You have fake Muslims doing the same thing. And this is why Christians need to police Christians. Muslims need to police Muslims. Trans people need to police trans people. Gay people need to police gay people. Your own community should have your own police force. You let the lies get out of control. And it gets huge, and it keeps going, and then it just then you have people doubt everything else. Tell them, Richard. August NPCs, and exactly. What pisses me off when people say they can never be something, never ask. Right. Nothing. B12 and D3. That's it. That's what I take. B12 and D3. I take zero. No, my whole family. My mother, my father, no drugs. They're off of everything. They're off their blood pressure medication. They're off their cholesterol medicine. They take desiccated bovine thyroid, and that's because the thyroid medication for the past 30 years has damaged their thyroid. The thyroid's not producing properly. Listen, you go get your thyroid checked. They check to see where your thyroid's at that moment in time, and they say, oh, it's low. Let's get you on some pills. Not let's test it every day for the next month and see if it stays low or goes high. You might leave and have a burger and it goes fine. That's the problem with medicine. It's easy to scam. I've also been happy lately. Not my dog could piss me off. That's good. Are you seeking knowledge, truth? What? Truth. And I want to talk to her. Hey, brother, can you shout out my autistic brother? It starts with nothing. The dialogue noise to start. It starts with nothing. So DW, there's no dialogue or noise at the start because, well, it's literally starts with it's supposed to be the start of the universe. Okay, we'll watch it. How are you doing? I'm doing good, Barbara. How you doing, girl? Philosophy of curiosity of the source of everything, the true spiritual journey, everything we build from. This is all a dream, exactly like when we sleep, but truth is beyond it. Truth is beyond the dream because that's only us. our dreams. My dreams don't pop up in your brain or in your soul, your consciousness. I think I am a philosopher. I think I'm turning into one. Go with the flow. Yeah, go with the flow, but know where the boundaries are, right? Like a flow can also take you off of a cliff. I love dreaming. My journal has been. I'll eat. Hold on. I'll wait. I got 2 more minutes. 7:30. I'll call it. Bro, go eat. It'll be here at 8 o'clock. Well, slow down. I can't keep it. You can't. I got freaking Twitch and YouTube comments all come in. Enjoy the dream. Truth is unaffected by anything. Right. Yeah, you can't affect truth. People try to. Do you take magic mushrooms? If you should. No, I don't. Listen, I used to have really, really bad ADHD. I used to have bad depression, and I used to microdose to take care of that. And then finally, I found out that I was deficient in some key vitamins, and that's it. I took care of it. Home remedies for crabs. Boiling water, dude. We all know that. Boiling water. You won't get crabs ever again. You remind me of Terrence McKenna not being influenced by the mind programs. Thank you. I'll link it when the other stream starts, okay? Let's do this real quick. What up, Robert, brother? Yes, sir. Vitamin B12. Absolutely. Vitamin B12. Vitamin B12. Absolutely. Please convert to Israel, Dwayne Johnson. I've met Dwayne Johnson a lot of times. I worked with him a lot. I worked with him on not Guardians. I worked with him on Jungle Cruise, Jumanji 2, Black Adam. How did life begin from non-living matter? It didn't. Fungi are cool. Vitamin B. What up, Robert, brother? I resonate with your thoughts, bro. Waiting for our bison burgers. You ever had a bison burger? They're good. You remind me of a chill dude. Wait, that's already you. Someone get this man some B12 sponsorship. Actually, I talked to somebody yesterday. They're supposed to call back tomorrow or email tomorrow. Truth is ever-wavering essence of life. All right, everybody. Listen, I love you all. I'll see you guys back in about a half hour if anybody's out. If you join the Ramadan Muraka from India. Thank you, brother. How are you? Enjoy your celebration. We will, I'll eat. I'll be back at 8 o'clock. If you guys hit the Discord will send you a notification if YouTube's notifications aren't wackadoo. Have a good one. Thank you, Mr. 2 Times. Thank you, Laura. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Thank you, Zara. Hugs and kisses. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.